The following podcast contains naughty language and ridiculous situations. Listener discretion is advised.
Hey, folks, have you ever heard of a guy named Jerry Macaluso? Have you ever heard of a guy named Jerry Macaluso? Let's do that again. Well, anyway, he's a guy who was formerly of Soda, which is the Toys and Pop Culture Shock Collectibles program. Well, he's got a new company out called Syndicate Collectibles, and he is going to be putting out something that any diehard Ash Williams, Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness fan would just want to get their hands on, quite literally. And they're coming out with the full-sized replica chainsaw hand from Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness. It's going to have full running sounds and maybe even a couple of running pieces in there as well. But it is a full-size replica of the hand that chainsaws through the Deadites with the help of Ash. So if you got an Ash Williams costume coming up next Halloween, this will certainly add to that look that you've been desiring. No more homemade stuff, even though homemade stuff is good, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm really excited to see how this is going to turn out. So anyway, that's what's going on. And another thing, this whole thing about what's going on with Scream 7, let's just put the entire franchise to rest. Jenny Ortega's better than this. Stick with the Wednesday series on Netflix, please. Miss Ortega, I beg of you. Welcome to Trick or Treat Radio.
Welcome to episode 591 of Trick or Treat Radio. Trick or Treat Radio is the world's most dangerous podcast and is recorded in front of an undead studio audience here at Castle Wolfenstein. Also, the fucking jumbled mess of an audio sound at the Lair of Lost Swag. Thank you very much, Michael Ravenshadow. Fucking disappears at the beginning of the show while he's doing his intro. You hear...
Did he really?
Yeah, motherfucker, yeah. It's unbelievable.
You really took off during my intro?
Yeah, you did.
You know what?
That was really good.
Yeah, what do you say? What do you talk about?
Fuck you.
How about the toys and the figures and the fucking problems?
What do you talk about at the end? What movie do you talk about at the end?
Yeah, the
What?
good
No,
one.
what movie? What movie? Tell me.
Shut up.
What movie?
7.
Rachel's trying to help you.
8 is enough. The movie.
Oh, God damn it.
Scream.
But
Wow.
You know what?
Scream 7.
Oh
Scream
my
7
God,
is
he
coming
got
out.
it. He got it.
Problems.
Well,
There's that one woman who's running amok.
could talk
Maybe
about-
like her.
Wolfie, you could pay no attention to that dork. I gotta tell you, though, Wolfie. You could talk about how much he screwed up. I screwed up too, because I completely
I didn't want to say it.
neglected. I completely neglected to mention our wonderful guest that we have here tonight.
Yes. You fucked
And
up
I
royally.
feel terrible about it.
You
I
should.
feel terrible about. I do. I feel terrible about not introducing Rachel from the Zombie Girls, who is joining us with us tonight. Yeah, that makes sense. Hello, Rachel.
Thank you. I am very thankful on this thankful day for your introduction, even though it was belated. It's fine. It's cool. I'll get over it.
Belated and terrible. And so now, to make up for it, instead of trying to make 10 minutes to hang out with Rachel when she's in Maine, he's going to make 15.
Whoa! 2 drinks.
I can't believe he's like, even if we just like make 10 minutes to hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah, come
We're
over.
gonna
I'll maybe
make it
sign an
feel
autograph. And I'll go.
Like an eternity. Okay, we are gonna pack so much into those 10 minutes.
He's gonna-
You are gonna be amazed.
He's probably going to meet you at
Well,
a gas
look,
station
Look,
The
she,
finest gas station in all of Maine.
in all of Skowhegan, Maine.
she's obviously wonderful, but even she can only put up with me for just so long. Okay,
We've put up with you for well, on this show, like, well, I'd say 11 years, but you left for 1 year, so 10 years.
Yeah.
Was that so we wouldn't does the magic trick wear off after 10 years? So if you had stuck around for that 1 year, we would have been sick of you and we would have been sick of your shit and not wanted to podcast with you.
Exactly. That's why it's right now it's 9 years and couple months and counting till my next hiatus.
Yeah, exactly. Every 10 years. All right. Well, as MZ said, as he so eloquently put, has so wonderfully introduced our guest, our friend, we realized that it's been a long time since she was last on, because I said, "Oh, it looks like you did some decoration, or did you move?" And she's like, "Yeah, I moved."
Yeah. And I've lived here for a little bit, so it's been a minute.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like to just blank out the time that we were apart, you know? So it's
Exactly.
all a fugue. So it feels like just yesterday.
I think it was, at least if my calendar is accurate, I think it was July, Bad Girl Boogie.
Yeah.
I think that was it.
Yeah.
So July
Yeah, I guess
6th.
so.
So it's been,
Man.
holy shit, 5 months? Is that right? MZ, you're the fucking math dude. Almost 5 months.
Yeah.
So
It's like a reverse MZ thing. Like you need at least a solid 5 months till you're ready for me
No.
again.
at least 5 minutes, I think. No, we love hanging out with you, and whenever we mention
Feeling
you're
is
gonna,
mutual.
whenever we mention that you're going to be on, everyone's like, "Oh my god, yes!" Like everyone freaks out, everyone's excited.
I appreciate the lie.
Well, if you look in the chat room right now, first time Mike's reaction from last week was, "Yay, Rachel!"
Oh, thank you, first time Mike. You're so sweet.
So we have
All right, performance anxiety activate.
Raven Shadow. I think he's got a blue pill for that.
Yeah, boy.
I love her laugh. I love her laugh. She's got the best laugh. She
Ow,
really
you
does.
guys, I told you compliments freak me out. I love them. I freaking love them. But I'm like dying.
I'm not an ass either. I genuinely love her laugh. When I listen to her podcast, and about if you were to string all the laughter that she does into one show, you got yourself about maybe 7 or 8 minutes straight of laughter.
Oh God.
And every time she laughs, I laugh along with it. Not because of what she's saying or what she heard, but because of her laugh. I get the biggest kick out of it.
That's how I trick you all into thinking I'm funny. I just laugh at the end of every sentence.
Well, it works.
Then you look at the transcript and you're like, "What the hell?"
Yeah. I'm horrified. I don't want to look at any transcripts from these shows, because
No.
it's always funny
when
when
they end up in court. You're gonna have to.
There's going to be a stenographer.
Like,
Yeah.
Ooh.
And what did you mean when you
what
said
did-
Bombaleo?
Yeah.
What is that?
What did you mean
Tell
when
me
you
about banana finger.
What is a cock holster?
It wasn't me.
Michael
Objection, Your
Ravenshadow,
Honor.
what is a cock
Maybe it's
holster?
corpus. What's that?
Michael
I'm a
Ravenshadow,
lawyer.
what is a cock holster? That's what they're going to ask you.
I'm like, do you really want me to answer?
Yes, under oath. Hand on the Bible.
Yeah.
I solemnly swear.
Does everybody have to have their hand on the Bible? Like
Like
You-
at once?
no, like I mean,
Summoning
if you're
honesty?
if you're
Yeah, we're
testifying,
all like making a pact like
No,
the
I-
regulators in Young Guns, where we gotta like,
if you're testifying
No,
and you,
actually, by law, it doesn't have to be a Bible. It could be anything. It could be a copy of Mad Magazine if you wanted.
oh, that's pretty good.
Mhm.
Okay, I like
Is it?
So
Isn't
what
there
is
a gimmick?
your sacred document? Like what would each of you have to like put your hand on?
that. Raven Shadow, would it be Superman? It would be like Superman's first appearance or something.
Yeah, give me a copy of Action
Comics
Comics #1, please. Maybe like Howard Stern's private parts, the book or the real thing, whichever comes first.
Well, depends on how you put your hand on it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, like the Heroin Diaries by Nikki Sixx. That was a fun book. That was a fun romp.
I don't know. That's a good question. Probably Mad Magazine or an issue of Fangoria.
But what issue of
Yeah, which
Fangoria?
one?
Yeah. For
Oh,
The Neon
first
Maniacs one. Oh, all
Ooh,
right.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. These are good answers. Johnny, would it be like
Oh
a
man.
vegan cookbook?
No,
yeah,
I don't.
Yeah.
No, what would mine be?
The Vegan Diaries.
As opposed to the Heroin Diaries.
Yeah.
It's a big difference there. It's
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm looking around the room. Is there anything around? I don't know. I'll try to think of something. Maybe there's
like
a comic
Star
book
Wars
or,
screenplay or something.
maybe that might work. Yeah.
Preacher #1.
I mean, I love it. Don't get me wrong, but like that's not as sacred to me as it is to you. You know.
Fair.
So.
Is there like a wrestling diary? I'm just trying to think of things I know.
No. No.
Mankind's autobiography.
There you
Mick
go.
Foley's
Who's?
Have a Nice Day.
Yeah.
No.
I know who that is. I actually do.
It'd be maybe Ray Bradbury's balls.
You came really close.
I did come really close to touching them. Have you?
Those balls are
Rachel's
weird looking.
probably never
I
heard
don't
this
know
story,
this story,
and
but I like stories about balls.
I
so
recently-
feel free to tell me.
I recently told it. Was it on this show or did I do it on the Star Wars show? It might have been the Star Wars show actually.
It's
Yeah,
always good.
I think it was the Star Wars show. All right, I feel like I say it all the time. Like yeah, but I went to San Diego Comic-Con in 2002 and 3. I don't remember which year it was. I think it was the first year I went, so 2002. And I was worked in the film department. I was a volunteer, so I got to basically go for free. I just had to pay for my own way, and then got free airfare and hotel and all that stuff. Or I'm not airfare. I had to pay for that. I had got into the con and then hotel and everything. So, and I would have to just work. I think it was like 3 or 4 shifts of 4 hours to show films, and like that was pretty much it. So it was like working like 12 hours. And got to do all that stuff. And so we also got some perks here and there. They would bring us around and try to introduce us to celebrities and stuff like that. So we were going to, I don't remember, I think we were going to like the next screening or something like that. So, and I was going with like a group of people. There's like 4 of us. And the head honcho of the film department was really cool. I don't remember her name. It was like, 20 years ago, but kind of like a punk rock girl. And so we were walking through, and it was before the I think it was before the con even started, like early in the day. And so there was a group of people gathering, and Ray Bradbury was there and saying hello to some of the people who were working. So they're like, "Oh, you guys want to say hello to Ray Bradbury? We can bring you up and you can meet him." I was like, "Hell yeah!" Like legend. I love Fahrenheit 451, and like I've read some of his other stuff. So go up, and he's in a wheelchair at this point. This is 2002. I think he was I don't remember what year he passed, but I think it was like 2009 maybe. But I'm gonna check on that actually, just to see, because I don't want to be wrong.
Right.
So 2012. Okay, so he died in 2012. So this is like 10 years before. But yeah, he was in a wheelchair, and as you probably know, Rachel, it can get very hot in the summer at San Diego Comic-Con. He's wearing shorts.
Yes, it can.
And so we all meeting him. He's in a wheelchair, and my opportunity comes up, and I walk up to him, and I'm like, "Oh, it's such a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Bradbury." And he has his hand out. I look down to shake his hand, and as I look down, one of his balls is hanging out of his shorts.
No.
And I was mortified because I'm meeting a fucking legend, Ray Bradbury, and I'm staring at one of his balls hanging out of his shorts.
Yeah. I mean, you always
Yeah.
want these meet and greets to feel like an intimate moment between you
it was
and
very
your hero.
intimate. Yeah, that was so intimate.
Did you alert him?
No.
Did you maybe do like a fan motion so that he
No.
would feel a breeze
I
rustling?
couldn't tell Ray Bradbury his ball was hanging out. Ray
I
Ballberry.
mean,
Ray Ballberry, you're like, go for a hug and like, yo, bro, your balls, dog. Like,
Yeah. Oh God.
I mean, I feel like, bros got to help out bros.
I mean, maybe nowadays I might be a little bit more apt to say something like that, but I was mortified, and
because
I was like,
everybody who's taking pictures with him may have a picture of Ray Bradbury's
his berries.
nation. Yeah.
His Ray Bradberries.
Yes.
A similar incident happened to me when I met Malcolm McDowell.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but it wasn't his balls; it was mine.
I really hope that's a true story.
Well, Evil Corny says, Wolfie, your Ray Bradbury story isn't appropriate for No Nut November.
Oh.
That's true. That's probably something that we said on
the 22nd. That's pretty good.
That's true. Yeah,
That's pretty good.
I think that's something we said on the Star Wars podcast.
Movember, like where it was just mustaches, like virility.
I thought it was No Shave November.
Well, there's Movember was definitely a thing, but then I feel like it became, was it like Mustache May or something? Like, I don't know. Like it got there's another month that like took over mustaches. I feel like.
Is it still September when they play Led Zeppelin the entire month?
It is now
being made up. I mean, I've heard of No Nut November, No Shave November. What is this that you're talking about?
September?
Yeah, September. I think a lot of like WAF would do September. Like coming at you is September.
Every hour on the hour, we're gonna play into Led Zeppelin for you.
I come from the land of the ice and balls. You know what I mean? Like
the ice and balls.
Where berries stuck in the skulls. I don't know. That's fun. September.
Oh man. So Creepy Girl says MZ is looking hot, but why is baby in the corner? Nobody puts baby in the corner. Is it because you're
the
on
only
the
one who does is me.
I think we're all in corners. There's 4 corners.
Yeah.
So yeah, MZ, you're looking hot, man. Apparently, look at you.
Look at you.
Look at you with that smolder.
Special Agent Smolder.
We thought he was in a bad mood, but he was just in smolder mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just getting into fucking character.
Smoldering up there in Maine. Look at him.
I gotta have time to smolder. I mean, I can't just smolder on a whim. I gotta percolate.
November for you?
Swolember.
I gotta have time to percolate.
Jesus, percolate. You know what? I'm gonna
be over here turning it on.
I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna go into the time capsule, and because I just remembered the first time we had Rachel on was November, because you guys are talking about all these different things, and I remember it was new guest November, which we did.
Shit.
Yeah, it was.
And so I'm gonna go back.
It's like our 2-year anniversary.
It must be, yeah. So let me take a look.
Get me?
And we brought you MZ Smolder.
Quick, 0. More Smolder.
More Smolder. Smolder harder.
Yeah, Smolder. That's so sweet, though, with Rachel and the connection for 2 years. That's nice.
It
That's
both
fun.
feels like it hasn't been 2 years, and also I feel like I've known you guys forever. That's so strange. 2 years.
I know.
Look at us.
Yeah,
Bam.
so it was actually almost exactly 2 years, because it was November 18th, and now it's the 22nd.
Holy,
So
that's awesome.
Wow.
So that's pretty awesome. And we did
All
Teton. That was a fun time.
Shit.
I feel like I'm
Right.
running out of fingers on my monkey paw. Like I'm not gonna get able to keep going back soon. Yeah, Teton. What a great first impression.
Oh, I know, right?
I remember the look of horror on Ari's face when I was like, this may be my favorite movie this year. And you know what? It was.
I think that ended up being. Actually, I don't know if that was on the top 13. I want to say that it was.
I think it was.
Yeah. I can also look at that and see.
I have a
Fucked
vague
up.
recollection of it being in pretty high on your list too. If I remember correctly,
2021 top films of the year. It was okay. It was not on the master list, but so it didn't make. It didn't have enough points, like collectively, to make it. But I had a number 10 on mine. It definitely wasn't on Harry's.
I feel like you should get a monocle pick where like you just like to if it doesn't make the top 10, like you get to give it like an honorary monocle at the end of the year.
That's interesting. It wasn't on Raven Shadows.
Like why are you gonna say that, bro?
And it wasn't on MZ's.
Raven Shadow.
It could be like
MC.
So it was
monocle
just
mention.
me. Monocle mention. And you know what the number one movie that year was? Do you guys remember?
2021.
Yeah, 2021. We
don't.
watched it early in the year too, and it just held up all year.
Ooh.
Well, I remember what my number one was.
What was it?
Promising Young Woman.
Yes.
Oof.
That was my number one.
Yeah, that ended up being the number 2 movie that year. But number 1, Psycho Goreman.
Oh shit!
Oh, yeah. Hunky boys.
Oh,
I
yes.
do not like hunky boys.
Or do I?
Nobody lost his mind over that movie.
But
What's
they have
that?
hunky boys in it. I do not like hunky boys. That's shit right there.
Everybody likes hunky boys. Come on.
Or do I? I was like, I really
I don't
wish
give a
that'd be
damn what
like
anybody
Thanos.
says. The little girl in that movie was awesome.
Oh, she was. Yeah, absolutely.
She was a mean
fantastic.
girl.
And you know what's killing me? You know, I every now and again I'll take a look at IMDb to see if anybody's hiring her for parts for roles,
Are they
and
not?
she's not getting anything. I'm
That's-
like, what?
that's a
the
bunch of
hell?
bullshit.
It's been a
Smash
while
the
since I looked.
patriarchy. Smash the patriarchy. They couldn't handle that little tiny feminist.
I know.
Right? She was dynamite.
She was. She was great. Like I've heard critiques of her, and I'm just like, everyone's allowed to have an opinion, but you were wrong.
Right.
You are
You can
so
have an opinion, but it can be the wrong opinion.
The only thing I could think of as far as this girl and her performance is that she's been stereotyped into this role, you know, and nobody can think of her as being anything else
Yeah.
because that's how good she was.
I mean,
You
I
know,
think
and that would suck to be at that age and be stereotyped.
no.
You know, it's in this day and age, you
I
know,
don't-
where performers are given a better chance, a better opportunity to show what they can do. It's not like the 60s or 70s where you're pigeonholed into a role and you're thought of that as, you know, for the rest of your life. We're a little bit more accepting of things like, you know, of performers, actors, actresses now, and if they do feel a little stereotyped, they do throw a bone their way to, you know, see what else they could do, and a lot of times they pull through. But for some reason, this girl's just not getting anything. I think it's a crime.
Yeah. I wonder what the Psycho Gorman director is doing next. I wonder if he'll rehire her.
Yeah, I just
She was
looked.
great.
I just looked, and the only thing he's done recently is the Day of the Dead TV series, which I don't even know if I knew that existed. He did 4 episodes.
What?
Did you know
Yeah,
this, MZ?
yeah. I haven't seen any of it, but I knew of it. Yeah.
No shit. Was it
Um,
like on like a Canadian network? Was it like on Crave or something?
Sci-Fi?
Really?
Yeah, so it was on Sci-Fi, but so
I did know that.
Steven Kostansky has done, like, he did that Leprechaun remake, which was actually pretty bad, which is unfortunate, but I think he does kind of like one for them, one for me kind of deal, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So
I just want him to keep doing like weird puppety
yeah,
Mighty Morphin Power
Oh,
Rangers
you know what?
horror
He-
movies.
he did have another one coming up. Let me
Right?
look it up. Yeah, it's not on his IMDb. I just remembered that.
I feel like I remember hearing something about like it's the next
That-
thing that Psycho Gourmet.
That's it,
director is doing.
Frankie Frico. That's it.
I mean, I'm in. Sold.
That's- yeah,
That is exactly the kind of movie I want him to make.
How
Something called
did I?
Frankie Frico.
Yeah. How did I forget? So yeah, it says he's now tackling the little monster horror comedy genre. His new film stars one of his Astron 6 brethren. Prepare yourself, Raven Shadow. It stars Connor Sweeney. They play a workaholic yuppie whose perfect life is turned upside down when he accidentally unleashes a trio of tiny troublemakers into his home. Sweeney is joined in the cast by another Astron 6 member, Adam Brooks, and also Christy Wordsworth from The Spy Who Never Dies. But it's being produced by Hangar 18 Media, the production arm of Raven Banner Entertainment, and Nine Light. Shout Studios has acquired all U.S. distribution rights to Frankie Frico for cross-platform release.
Man, ticket sold.
Yeah. When is this fucking coming out? Because this was in August that this was released. So if they've already got the distribution, I imagine the film is done. Oh man, Frankie Frico! I can't wait.
Yes.
No, I'm looking at the girl from Psycho Goreman, Nita Josie Hannah. I guess that's how you pronounce her name. And I'm looking at her IMDb photo, her main photo that she uses. She looks like she's in her early 20s here.
Makeup
like a
can
weird
do a lot.
Child pageant thing. Oh yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
That's her?
Well, maybe they filmed it a couple years prior to it coming out because it came out in 2021. It's possible they did it in like 2019 or something, you know? That would be 4 years.
I don't need a reminder that time is flying by as we slide into entropy and our bodies disintegrate. I have stairs in this house. My knees tell me that all the time.
Next one level. What the fuck? Yeah.
All right. So I found some news here. Now I just got to get to the bottom of this because I'm all excited about this.
This has turned into a true crime podcast.
Yeah.
We are going to be investigating things.
Batman in the Batcave with voice analyzing things and all kinds of stuff.
And while I'm looking,
zoom and enhance.
Yeah. While I'm looking for this, I just saw that I think we might have even talked about this, but Deathgasm 2 had finished.
Is that finally coming?
It is. They were completely.
That's funny. That's funny what you did there. Like,
you really did it on purpose, so you're welcome.
That's good. I didn't even catch
coming
it.
Soon.
They had they kicked ass on the Kickstarter, so that's moving forward. Where is this fucking? Oh, here we go. Frankie Frico. Yep. Let me go to the article. This is from August 1st. What the hell? I thought it was a new update. Yeah, I'll keep looking for it, but it looks like there is an update recently on Raven Banner's website, so I'll take a look at their website. But yeah, I can't wait. That'll be fucking awesome. Hopefully it's soon. I haven't seen it come out, anything about it recently, so it might be early next year. All right, so I haven't even talked about what we're doing tonight. So before we see what else is up with Rachel, let's talk about what we're doing. So tonight we're going to be talking about the film Suitable Flesh, the Lovecraftian horror from director Joe Lynch, starring Heather Graham, Barbara Crampton, and a host of others. So we'll be talking about that this evening, and then just hanging out with Rachel, shooting the shit. If anyone wants to get in a voice message, feel free to send it to podcast@trickortreatradio.com. And if you're listening live and we get it in the next, hour and a half, we'll play it. We do have a couple as it is right now. So, but if you're not listening live, you're listening after the fact, you can send in a voice message any old time and we'll play it on the show. So we'd love to hear from you guys. Podcast@trickortreatradio.com. So now let's catch up with Rachel. Rachel, so let us know. You've been busy. I saw the interview with Taika Waititi. I was like, I know her. That's my friend. That's my friend. Drew and Taika.
God.
Oh,
The strike
wow.
is over. Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God the strike. I mean, and they got most of what they wanted, and we support
Yeah.
the strike and union strong, all of those things. But like, it's been a long several months, and it was so funny that strike ended, and then everybody, like Hollywood is back in motion.
Yep.
And that was the first junket I got to do in a really long time, and it was for a movie that I thought was like pretty great. So that was a lot of fun.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Next Goal Wins. I actually didn't realize it's not necessarily a remake, but it is inspired by a story that was turned into a documentary of, I think it was a Samoan
American Samoa.
American
yes.
Samoa. Thank you. Yep.
Uh-huh.
So I'm familiar with this story, but it looks like it's pretty interesting what he's done with it. It seems like it'll be pretty interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's very much his sense of humor. You know, he took some creative license with it and added a lot of humor to it. But what he told me when we were talking about it was essentially like he had just done these big movies, because I asked him, like, you could do anything you want to do.
Yeah.
You've done Marvel movies, you've got a Star Wars movie. Like, why this one? And it was he needed to like go back and be amongst like other Pacific Islanders and that world and tell a small story in the way and make a film in the way that he did back when he had started his career. And it was like, I think, feeding his soul very much. But now he's Taika Waititi. So these small films star Michael Fassbender, Elizabeth Moss,
Right.
or Will Arnett. But so it was felt good to be back doing what I love, which is like interviews and things like that. But I also felt really rusty, and that was an intense one to go do after having been on pause for a minute.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, he's great though. And the interview you do with him was also great. So I appreciated that.
Thank you. Oh, that means a lot. Thank you so much. I'll take like professional compliments.
Okay. Yeah, I can. So I don't listen to podcasts very much anymore. Mostly because, from working from home, like I don't have a commute. So I tune into some here and there, but it's funny. I used to be the big podcast listener because I have like a 2-hour commute every day, round trip. And then now Raven Shadow and MZ are the ones listening to all the podcasts, and I'm like, yeah, I don't really listen to any anymore.
You sound like someone who can be alone with your thoughts. Congratulations. You don't need constant input.
No, I do. Believe me. But I can't listen to words when I'm trying to work. So that's when I would get most of my listening done. So I just mostly do music.
Yeah.
See, I'm the opposite. Where like if I'm hearing like Maiden or Sabbath, I gotta be like cutting something or mowing something or like
mowing something, like anything.
Yeah, like the lawn. You know what I mean?
You mean getting Aries to mow something for you?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I mow it. But no, if I'm doing like whatever the fuck, I like hearing words, because otherwise I gotta like. I gotta like fucking dance, and I'm like Ren from fucking Footloose. I just gotta dance.
I get what they are.
But
I'm now picturing you in a barn, just like
just doing like flips,
going around a bar.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I gotta hear the voices in my head.
Yeah. No, I gotta drown everything out.
Why don't you do a podcast with yourself in your head, Raven Shadow, during those times?
I thought about just hitting record and see what happens and broadcasting live.
Would it be called the podcast entertainer?
I think so. Yeah, podcast entertainer. Although I think there's definitely some opportunity for maybe a Rachel Shadow production going on. That could be
Can you imagine the chaos that we would unfold if we did not have the normalizing force of Johnny and also MZ increasingly visibly annoyed to rein us in
and trying to like get back on track? It would be outrageous.
It would be very fun to do, but I think it would be chaos.
It'd be outrageous, like Ollie fucking running amok.
Yeah, Ollie's running amok. I really want to go somewhere, but let me see if I can stop this. I apologize.
See what I mean? Chaos.
I don't understand. So when he podcasts down at his bar in his basement, And legit, he's at a bar there. He's got like a little bar
That's
there.
awesome. The dream, living the dream.
Yeah. Ollie fucking hates it. I'm like, dude, just
Really?
get like a little papoose like they make for small dogs. You can put him in a little thing and carry him around, and he would fucking eat that shit up. But he
Get
just
a baby Bjorn.
exactly. But nope, he just lets it fucking be and ignores it, and then gets annoyed when he has to go check on Ollie a million times.
I really want that to be his destiny, that he's like the dude with the baby Bjorn, like a dog and a baby Bjorn.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. I have a friend who has a stroller that he pushes everywhere with his dogs in it. And I feel like that would be the next level of that. And I support. I will purchase the baby Bjorn.
Oh my God.
Wear it on the show. And I will purchase a matching one for UMZ because I see a lot of kitty butts going by, and I feel like maybe a little Bjorn would be.
Yeah.
MZ,
They'd
do
be
you,
fighting over it.
MZ, do you think you could put Parker in a baby Bjorn?
Oh, fuck. Oh.
How much does Parker weigh? Like 50 pounds?
He weighs about 60,
Oh.
a little over 60 right now.
Is he a beefcake or a puddle of a cat?
Oh,
Well,
that's
he's
the
not a
dog,
cat, he's
yeah.
a dog.
Oh, okay. I was like, that is a big ass cat.
Yeah.
So, yeah. He's either on kitty roids or just a puddle of a cat when he sits down.
He's right over here. Hold on. He's right over here.
Raven Chat, we're going to get you a baby Bjorn. We were just talking about that when you were gone.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes.
There's-
Taking up a collection
there's
for
Parker.
it. People in the chat, what you got on it? You got 5 on it? We're getting him a baby Bjorn.
There he is. Oh, I saw a cat walk by. I see Parker. The cat's farting in a muck. Do fucking play-by-play. Parker's leaving. He's going to chase the cats.
Chaos. I
Yeah.
love it. Chaos right
Cats
Yeah.
and dogs living together, literally, right there.
Mass hysteria. But I do want to shout out Rachel and the Zombie Girls episodes I've been listening to that I've
Aw.
enjoyed. There was even an episode where Rachel wasn't there, and it was
That was the best one.
No, stop it. It was a very good episode with Ariel, and I think it was Zombie Girls Mars. I think they were teaming up, or was it her and Matilda? I'm not
Might have been
sure.
her and Matilda. It might have been her and
Matilda, I think.
Matilda.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was great. There was the
I feel like there was like
pre-venge.
100% less dick jokes without me there.
Fair. So I was a little bummed.
Like if they had an intelligent conversation about someone being like, Dick Zinger.
But they were great keeping the lights on. The pre-venge episode was great. Listen
Do
to
you remember
the,
watching that movie?
Perturbator.
Do you remember watching that movie, Raven Shadow?
Pre-venge, yeah.
I don't think you do.
Did you like it?
I don't know, Rachel.
See? Yeah, he doesn't remember.
I don't know. I liked your review of it, your discussion. I think I liked it.
Good enough. I'll take it. Give me those crumbs. I'll eat them up.
Yeah. Although I did
Yeah,
have
as
a
a matter
hard
of fact,
time.
I was just going to say, yeah, I'm in the middle of episode 91, the cast of Ka.
Yeah.
Oh,
That,
Look at these
I'm
guys. I
so-
feel like
thank
they look they're
you.
showing off. Like, oh yeah, I listen to more than him.
I like this one up.
Fight over it.
I do have a question. I do have a question, though, Rachel. I do have a
Okay.
question, though. I have tried to listen to, and I know this is going to end up sounding like troubleshooting or something like that, but
Oh no. Constructive criticism
yes.
is my love language.
Oh, no,
I am
no, it's not.
aroused.
Did you try turning it on, turning it off, Raven
oh,
Shadow?
it's not constructive criticism. It's not criticism at all. It's just a question. Episode 97, when you were
97.
doing Psycho 3 and The Exorcist.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
I'm getting like a double audio
You
on
are.
it. Like there's there's
Oh.
two different.
Yes. Okay. So if you delete that and download a new, I think you downloaded it before. So we do an extended episode, and I just will cut off I do a little teaser and then I cut off and I drag it down below, and I usually mute it, but I forgot to. So yeah, I put it out with the extended episode doubled. So if you delete it and re-download it, you should have the version that's clean.
Okay, great.
Sorry about that.
Thank you, Rachel.
No. I like it.
How about
Say
that
mean
for
things
fucking
to me, I love it.
customer support right there, huh?
Well,
You
I put
didn't
the
like,
same
you
thing.
got double the episode in one. It's called multitasking.
Yeah, you can't make
You're
heads or tails
welcome.
of that. Jeez.
My ears are not accustomed to multitasking, though. That's the only thing. But I can only accept one word at a time.
Fuck you. There you go.
Yeah, I understood that, but it was
Oh shit. So let me check up on the chat room. We got a lot of stuff going on.
What's going on with our friends?
Evil Corny says, Rachel, take Mace. That was earlier in the episode. I think that's referring to going to Maine and meeting MZ probably.
Take
Take Mace.
Oh,
Hey,
Not Mace,
that's
not
great.
Mace
Thanks,
Windu.
Corny.
Not Mace Windu. Or you could take him if you wanted to, I guess. Him and his badass
Actually, he
purple
might-
lightsaber.
I mean, he's
It might
kind of
protect you a little
useless.
better, but-
I think I'd be better off with Mace. But you know what? I think our relationship has elevated past Mace. I feel like we're on whatever the level is above Mace. We're there. We're there.
Blades.
I
Maybe you need Mace for me, to
think
be
it's-
honest.
I
'Cause
think
I'm
it's-
going in for that hug.
I think it's a rape
That's
whistle.
Not first. I don't know you.
I think the next
That's
step up
next.
is rape whistle.
Jesus, wow. Okay, Wolfie. You
Well,
went
I
there.
mean-
That's-
I mean, the rape whistle is like my mating call. No, delete that.
Oh my
Cut that.
God.
See this? Well, no shit, we're live.
See, that's
Fuck.
that's the problem about live. It's a joke, folks.
Yes. See, I should not have opened the tequila. This is what happened. Back it
Always
out.
over the tequila.
Oh, Evil Corny has a really good question. Is Ass Cane one word or two?
Ass cane?
Yeah. Reddenfield, fetch me my ass cane.
Oh,
I think it's one.
It might be hyphenated. Ass hyphen cane.
I
Yeah.
feel like there's like an umlaut or something in there.
Oh, and Creepy Girl says, Rachel, you look so beautiful as always.
I mean, coming from Creepy Girl, that is a huge compliment because she's a #1 stunner.
Hi-yo.
Evil Corny says, curb your enthusiasm, Wolfie. I'm not sure what that was a reference to, but it says, what will come out first, Deathgasm or the Spawn reboot? That's a good question. Maybe Spawn reboot.
And Chinese democracy.
That did come out.
Oh, did it come out?
Yeah, that's been out for a couple of years now. At
Jo-
least.
Joshua Libre is hanging out. What's up, Josh?
Yeah.
He says, Chucky doll. That's so cool. Is Rachel a fan of the TV show? TV show is so dope.
Oh, yes.
He says,
very
better
much
than
so.
any of the movies.
The TV show is way better than I had hoped, which is saying a lot because I had high expectations. Yeah, I don't know if have you guys watched it?
No.
No, I haven't seen it.
Honestly, it's pretty great. It's
Really?
it's like a perfect blend of like, it has like eras, right? Like there's the horror era, there's the horror comedy era. It is sort of the perfect marriage of those two eras. It's pretty gory for TV.
Yeah.
And it has like, if you have watched all the movies, it's incredibly rewarding because all of those characters come back. It pulls all of like Andy's in it.
Really?
The girl who plays the person at the military school shows up in like a very
Okay.
Tarantino-esque kind of scene where they show up. It is pretty great. Pretty great.
It's in like season 2 now, I think, or 3.
3?
Yeah?
Yeah, because
Alright.
there's the first season, the second season's at a Catholic school, and then the third season is airing now. Well, it's on pause and like they split it up,
Yeah.
which is good because they didn't do any freaking press because it was during the strike. So I'm hoping I'm gonna get to talk to to
One of the
my-
dwarfs.
my internet boyfriend Devin Sawa. He doesn't know that
Oh.
we're together, but we're together and it's not weird and I'm not a stalker.
Oh, that's funny. Let's see what else. Evil Corny says, if MZ was a Patreon supporter of Zombie Girls, he wouldn't have that audio problem.
I
Oh.
am a Patreon supporter.
Then you should have got the long version that didn't have the doubled audio.
He probably doesn't know how to get the feed.
Oh, maybe you're getting it from.
Yeah.
So you're not getting the extended episodes?
You should, yeah. If you're,
I get the emails telling me about the
he's like, I read about
guess-
him. It's nice to hear about
So
him.
when it cuts off like mid sentence, you're not like, Well, that's a ripoff.
No, no. I
There's
get
like
the
a
I
whole
get the
20 to 30 minutes. You're not kidding.
no. I get the shows. I get the programs.
Right, but
Right.
but what she's saying is if you're paying for the Patreon, you should subscribe to the
Yeah.
Patreon feed. You just
After
have
the show, we'll figure out how to
Yeah.
get you the right feed.
you just
'Cause you
have
should be getting all the extended episodes, not the like
All right.
what you
short
do.
versions.
What you do you use? What do you use for to listen to your podcast, MZ? Spotify.
Spotify.
Okay, so you can
Mm.
grab the RSS feed from it should have been emailed to you or something like that. I think
Mm-hmm.
because it just Patreon does that automatically. But I think you can just get it from going to any of the episodes, and I think you can click to get the RSS feed, and then you copy that link, and then you put it into Spotify. There will be a place to put it, and then that way you'll always get them.
Yeah.
Just that simple.
You got to get the
Well-
After Dark version. If you think I'm unfiltered on the regular episode, you should see what happens behind the paywall.
I'll work on
mean,
it. I'll work on it.
Got a little
I'll
taste
work
of
on
it tonight because I forgot we're live.
And Evil Corny says next step up is a real mace, so like a fucking attack weapon.
Like
Yeah.
that spiked ball
Yeah.
at the end of a chain.
Yes, one of those.
Great.
Spiked Roy Bradbury.
All right, let me check on the chats. Casual Noob is hanging out,
Yeah.
and he says
Ash,
Great name.
Great
name.
I love the off the rails banter between Rachel and Raven Shadow. This is Trick or Treat Radio Gold.
See,
I
Rachel
feel like-
Shadow.
Raven Shadow's like my friend soulmate. I don't know. Like, I hate that there's a whole country between us because I feel like we could get in some
Trouble.
Oh.
That'd be bad. Yeah. Yeah.
That's probably why
Yeah.
That's probably why there is a country between you.
See, this is why, like, they should see the pre-show. Like, if they thought our banter was wild on the show, you should hear us when we don't know we're live.
When Johnny's trying to fix his fucking camera underneath his desk. And then Casual Noob says, "Here's a question that isn't at all weird, but were his balls hairy or waxed?"
Fair question.
Was it smooth?
I don't remember it being smooth. I mean, I'm sure that an older man in a wheelchair is not going to be too worried about how smooth things are. So I honestly don't remember. It's one of those things I was mortified. So I it's trauma. I buried it deep away until
Man Bradbury. That's what I'm hearing.
But you love bringing it up.
Well, yeah, until I bring it up
Don't
every.
say you don't. Don't say you don't. You know you love this story.
I do.
We're trauma bonding. We're
Yeah.
just trauma bonding.
I do. It's
Yes,
it's
we're gonna
the
be
most
there's gonna be
ridiculous
a support
story.
Group of people like you.
It's the most ridiculous
think-
story I have.
Yeah.
No, it's always
It's a hell of
special
a-
when you meet
It's a hell of
when
a
you
good
meet a
one, though.
legend's balls.
Yeah, it really
Right?
is. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I've ever met a Legends Balls. I don't think so.
What about-
I mean,
I haven't.
What about
You know,
boobs?
you know,
$30 for a
the
meet
night
and
is
greet.
young. You know, I don't know. We'll see how the
Right.
tonight goes. There's a lot of legends on this show. I don't know, but I've been to see a Legends Balls.
What about boobs? You could add boobs to it. Any
Hmm.
legendary boobs?
Trying to think. I don't think so. I don't think I've ever not IRL.
I think Raven Shadow probably saw some legendary boobs in this movie we're going to talk about.
Oh.
Let me tell you, 50-year-old boobs are not what they used to be.
So those are 50-year-old. Wow. Yeah.
Let me tell you right now.
Yeah.
Whoever fucking the director of photography in this movie, I wish they would film me. I'll tell you that much because people look fucking good in this picture. There was some beautiful motherfuckers from various ages and gender in this picture.
Agree. Hard agree. This is
Yeah.
I think this is usually we have to make the content sexy with our collective personalities, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
the movie's doing it for us tonight.
We might have to tone it
Yeah.
down.
Doing the heavy lifting.
Yeah, we might
Yeah.
have to tone it down a little bit.
Yeah.
This movie had fucking 4 really handsome motherfuckers and sexy or chicks, handsome men, women, people.
Number 1, Bruce Davison.
Yeah. Oh,
Was he
Brucey
the
could get it.
gray beard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the older guy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Now those are some legendary balls I wouldn't mind seeing.
yeah. That's she was doing down there. She was
Sorry, I was possessed for a moment by Rocky. I don't know what happened.
Yeah. We're sorry, Rachel.
You got to close your
ghost
close your
running
butthole
amok.
around him.
Jesus.
I mean, that's just good advice. That's the Whisper Network.
Wait, is that the first time you ever said Jesus, Wolfie, about something I said?
I think so. I think a little outrageous tonight. 'Cause you know how.
This is a very sexy episode, though. Let's be honest. Things are about to get real weird, and I cannot wait to make really intense eye contact with all of you as you talk about the things you like about this movie.
And you know what? I like that Rachel's down with this. That's what let's fucking do it.
Awkward stares.
Yeah, let's make it weird.
It doesn't
Let's
have
get fucking nuts.
Let's make it weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to get nuts? Come on. Let's get nuts. Speaking of nuts, Ray Bradbury.
Speaking
in
of
the chat room.
speaking of legendary boobs, Creepy Girl says, "Hey, my 57-year-old boobs are holding up pretty good. 38F."
Jesus
Damn.
Christ.
I felt dirty
Damn.
reading that.
I'm gonna need photographic proof of that.
Jesus
All right, slow it
Christ.
down.
Yeah, I have
Don't even-
mammary envy right now.
Don't even joke about that, MZ. You will get blown up, I'm sure,
Yeah, right.
and then you'll get in trouble.
I mean, if she wanted to slide into the DMs with them legendary titties, nobody's gonna be mad.
Yeah.
Who's turning down?
Yeah, I wouldn't turn it down.
EP girl.
Oh man,
Sorry.
legendary titties.
I feel like
They-
that actually is the name of the episode.
You need a bucket for those things.
Yeah.
Uh,
Legendary titty buckets.
Yes. Poor Ariel.
Evil Corny posted that GIF of Hugh Jackman from The Fountain of him looking up and then he says Wolf, and then below it he says Wolfie seeing the Bradbury balls.
Oh, I thought that was in reference to Creepy Girl.
Oh, well, actually,
I mean, two things can be true.
yeah, maybe it's a little sort of like a double entendre there with a GIF.
You know, a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B to steal the bar or catchphrase.
Yeah. No one's gonna yuck your yum.
March is gonna be awesome.
Jesus Christ! I can't believe we're gonna read this. Creepy Girl says
Read it.
they weigh 10
Slowly.
pounds. I weighed them one day.
Stop it.
Wait, what? They were
What'd she
an F?
say?
Can you guys not hear me? I feel like I feel like you guys
No,
can't
because
hear me
people
well.
are you got everyone's laughing. I can
All right.
barely hear what you're saying.
They weigh 10 pounds. I weighed them one day.
Beautiful.
How?
Beautiful.
I want to know the technique because now I'm curious. I want to know. How did you do it? Like on a bathroom scale? Did you lay on the floor and just slap a titty on there? And then times 2? Did they both go? Did you?
Slap a titty on there.
I want to know. Inquiry.
I want to know.
MZ wants fucking video proof.
The show
Holy shit.
for science.
Ooh.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Happy
I
Thanksgiving,
am
everyone.
thankful for Creepy Girl's boobs. That's what I'm thankful for. I was gonna say family, my pets, my friends, you guys, but no, it's Creepy Girl's titty.
Yeah. Christmas is coming up, and it wouldn't cost you a thing.
Jesus. Wow. Our MZ, you that fucking that ship has sailed, my friend. You had all the opportunities in the fucking world.
Yeah.
Well, you probably still
See
have
that
more,
boot?
but
You just screwed it.
In a way, I did, but then again, in a way, I didn't.
no, you have free
It's
will.
the
So don't
holiday
do that.
season, a
Yeah.
time of miracles. You don't know what's gonna happen,
You never know.
right? Dear Santa, please bring me a scale
Holy
and
shit.
Creepy Girl's boobs.
Okay,
Dear
I'm
forum.
I feel like I'm going to hell just by reading this, but scale on the counter and slap
Okay.
those titties on there.
Okay.
There you go. Boom.
I'm definitely not going to do that during the break. For
Yeah,
science.
man.
For
Everyone
science.
get lubed up. No one's working tomorrow. Come on now, son.
Wow.
Yeah.
Slap them on there, you know?
You know, I never know what we're going to talk about on the show. It's always a surprising delight.
It's probably best that you didn't, like, even if you could go, like, into the future, it's probably best if you didn't know ahead of time.
I mean, I'm going to, when I tell the story, I will be like, oh, we discussed film, the scientific method, like,
Scientific method.
you know, the metric system versus, you know, imperial.
You know what we should do is if we do get together in March/April, whenever this is, we should all bring something
On the scale.
well, okay, okay. We can
Sorry.
No, we can do that. We'll all
Trick or Treat Radio scale.
We'll all bring we'll bring a scale. We'll add that in there. Everyone brings some item related to our conversations or to the show, and then we're gonna put it in a time capsule, and then we're gonna fucking bury it, and then we'll get
Hell
it like
yeah.
30
I'm
years
into
later,
it. Yes, and then when we're like,
and then we can
old
weigh
and
it.
decrepit, we'll come and we'll hire someone to dig it up for us. Everybody will wear shorts and their balls will fall out. It'll be great. It'll be great.
We'll all play bocce. It'll be a weird version of the game.
I could just see like someone else digging it up and finding it, and then like there's like some
They're
news
like,
report.
Why are there gloves with bananas like Freddy Krueger? Like, what the fuck is this?
There was 2 buckets tied together with a string.
Why do they have nipples on them?
Oh man,
I
I
know
have
a
not
dope
gotten Ariel
cemetery.
to like put them on yet, but like I'm thinking
that's
like
fucking
they all get to
Patreon.
have one Christmas wish, right? One Christmas wish. Should we were like hypothetically going to hang out around the Christmas time, perhaps we all collectively pick one wish.
Oh, a Christmas Miracle special feature.
Yes.
Oh my God!
Oh,
No,
shit.
creepy girl says you want to bury my boobs. No, I don't. Want I'm talking about a time capsule.
Oh,
They should be unearthed.
Yeah.
We're trying to
I
get
was-
them unearthed. We're trying
Rachel Shadow, we are on the same
Rachel.
page like every time.
Oh God!
It's kind of scary.
It's fucking weird. I'm not saying it's not.
I mean, I mean, yeah, you could have burial and boobs, but usually, bury the face in the boobs.
I'm picturing like an ostrich situation
A weird
to the
reverse.
boob, to the boobs, and then those are on above the ground. Yes,
Forget the head in the sand, head in the
misogyny,
I feel like
There's
the
patriarchy.
like some good alliteration for this episode is boobs, balls, and burials. I think maybe
Boobs, but it's spelled B-E-W-B-S,
Boobs.
because I feel like she has boobs. She doesn't have boobs. Boobs are like ding 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 ding. Those are
Boobs.
boobs. This is gonna be her favorite episode.
Let's talk about her boobs.
Stop trying to hydrate, Raven Shadow.
Oh man.
Sorry. This
No,
is why
no.
I'm
Why
on
are you
break.
sorry?
I get it. I totally get it.
Oh
I
no,
can't
Rachel,
think
you
of
are one of us,
myself.
and we're sorry about that. But yeah, no, it's
We're
awesome.
sorry, yeah.
Remember when I used to come in here and say smart things? Yeah.
It was like the first hour, and then we started talking about Titan. Oh man. Let's see. Just see if there's any other chat. Casual Noob Cybot says, "I think I need to become a Patreon supporter for some extended episodes."
You're gonna see the dark heart of my soul, my friends. I mean, there's some sexy content probably because I say inappropriate things all the time, but mostly it's just my existential crisis.
Oh, I was just looking up some stuff. We'll talk about the movie in a few minutes, but I didn't realize
The movie?
that
Yeah, right.
Steve
That's right.
Moore had did the soundtrack for Suitable Flesh. It's from the band Zombie. And he's done a bunch of other great scores. So that's awesome. Yeah, just saw that.
Score for this is pretty great.
Yeah.
It's pretty great. Like the sexy sax and the like the creepier bits. Yeah. It's pretty great.
The sexy sax and the creepier bits. That could be a band name. Yeah.
Sexy sax and the creep bits. Opening for suitable flash.
Yeah. Hello, Cleveland.
We are sexy sax and the creepy bits. Oh god. All right, so what we started talking about what's going on with the zombie girls, and we veered off as we do.
I feel like this is an accurate depiction of what's happening.
Yeah, probably. MZ had to he had to ask his troubleshooting question, and we got way off topic on that one. But
I will say people who listen to the show should and listen to the Christmas episode should definitely listen to the episode that's going to be dropping later tonight for patrons and on Thanksgiving, because there is a heavy trick-or-treat influence in it.
What are they gonna do?
Oh.
And a payoff. Like you have had some trick-or-treat crossover blue balls. Like tonight is the payoff.
Speaking of crossover,
I've been waiting 11 years, Rachel, so I'm excited. That's good.
Speaking of crossover, we don't have a date yet, but we are in talks. Hopefully everything works out to do a second annual Krampus Nacht Party for the Naughty, I think is what we called it. Last year we teamed up with the Zombie Girls and did it was right mid-December, and it was fucking awesome. It was such a blast. We're gonna do it again. This will be MZ's first time because he wasn't there last year for it, and it's gonna be a party. So last year we did, what did we do? We made a playlist for the Naughty. Everyone contributed some songs for that. Oh man, I don't remember what we played. Some sort of sitcom. We didn't do the 6 Degrees because we hadn't had that yet.
No.
But we talked about sitcoms for like an hour.
Yeah, with Sarah and
that's
myself.
Right.
We met Matilda.
Yep.
Ariel will be here for this one.
Oh, good.
That'd be fucking dope. Yeah, no, I gotta hang with Ariel for real.
I promise. I will make sure if I have to fly to the Pacific Northwest and stick a microphone in her face, she will be here for this one.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, the Zombie Girls are a kick-ass crew, and they are all badass. They are kicking all the ass. Literally, there's no more ass to kick because the Zombie Girl crew kicked all the ass. Everybody go home.
You are ridiculous, and I love you.
So, what are some of the films that you've been talking about on the various Zombie Girl podcasts? Just so people, if they want to go check it out, or some of the interviews, things like that, just give people a little sampler of that.
Sure. So some recent episode, the one that's coming out this week, we did Five Nights at Freddy's, which is directed by Emma Tammy. And we actually had a lot of fun talking about that. More recently, we did an interview with, oh God, I'm blanking. Laura Moss, who directed one of my favorite movies this year, which is Birth, Rebirth, which is, I don't know, you guys haven't covered that. Yeah?
No.
It's one of, okay, remember, Titan was my favorite movie a previous year. This one's probably my favorite movie this year, and it is intense, and we talked a lot about that. Yeah, I mean, it was interesting because Laura Moss is actually a non-binary filmmaker, and a lot of it has to do with anxiety around like pregnancy and birth and things like that, and like whether or not you want your body to do that and how that ties in with gender. I don't know, a lot of really good stuff in that. And we interviewed, who else? Sorry, I should have pulled some of this up.
Ravenchild could probably tell us.
Yeah.
Oh, we interviewed Gigi Saul Guerrero, who is a filmmaker that we're like really, really love ever since Culture Shock. And she had contributed a segment to Satanic Hispanics, which is a really fun anthology.
Dying to see that.
You're going to like it. Especially, did you like Terrified or
Yes.
Evil? His segment is excellent.
Nice.
Honestly, there's no bad segments in it. It's one of the best anthologies that I've seen in a minute. That was really great. So yeah, there's a lot of good stuff. And then, as you mentioned, we did like this very strange episode where we did the third film in a couple of franchises. We did Exorcist 3 and Psycho 3, and it turned out to be a really fun experience. It was very strange when it was proposed, but I was like, if this is what you want to do, Ariel, we're going to do it. And then we had a really great time talking about both of those underrated third films and franchises. So check those out.
There you go. That's pretty awesome. So everyone check out the Zombie Girls, just like Raven Shadow and MZ have been doing, and consider supporting on Patreon. Get the unedited versions.
If you dare.
Yeah, if you dare. You might not look at Rachel the same way ever again.
Yeah, avert your eyes, children. She may change course.
All right, so let's see. You know what? Maybe we should start wrapping this up and head to a break, because I am excited to talk about this movie. I want to see what everyone thinks. And for those folks that are fans of cosmic horror, Lovecraftian horror, this is based on a story from Lovecraft. So we'll be diving a little bit into that as well. And maybe talk about some of, we might save that for a Patreon episode, because we're still coming up with the idea. And, Lovecraft has had a very big influence on a certain subgenre of horror, especially on the show. We've done tons of Lovecraft, whether it's been, films that were based on his stories or inspired by. So there's been so many over the years. So just thought it could be fun. So if you guys are interested in that, let us know. Maybe we'll that'll put it over the top, if you will. So
please do that.
Well, look at that. Someone's interested, huh? How about that? These guys didn't think they could fill a fucking episode talking about Lovecraft.
Oh my God, you absolutely can. Like,
it's ridiculous.
He's like one of the most influential.
I know.
No, I didn't say you couldn't fill an episode on Lovecraft.
You didn't know what to say. You said you didn't know what to say.
Kayfabe, babe.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about that. So yeah, but we may do that. So we'll see how that all shakes out. But speaking of which, if you guys want to help support the show, Patreon is the best way. Go to patreon.trickortreatradio.com, and there you can join for as little as $2, Raven Shadow. $2 a month. That's it. And if you want, there's some other perks as well. You can do your own Patreon takeover, of which we have one next week. We'll be talking about that in a little bit. Let you guys know who's coming up, what films they're picking, and all that. So looking forward to the Patreon takeover next week. We get to, prepare for December double feature Cram Jam a little early with 2 films right before December starts. Yeah, Raven Shadow hates that. You've seen one of them, Raven Shadow, at least, right?
Lots of times. I can't wait.
Okay, so you don't have to watch 2. You don't.
I don't.
Well, maybe you should, but
I could do a fucking show.
So we have Patreon takeover next week, and we'll talk more about that after the film discussion. But there's I think we still have like a couple spots for the Patreon takeover. We only do 12 a year, so once we fill up, like, you can't get into that tier. So I think there's a couple spots for next year. So if you guys want to get in on that, give that a look. Patreon.trickortreatradio.com. We do an exclusive episode every month. Some discussion that is exclusive to Patreon and will never be released any other way. So, and see you, Raven Channel. Take care. So, like, I got to ask you, Rachel. Like, if one of the girls gets up when you're doing a podcast, I know you guys don't always go live, but would they say, "Hey, I'll be right back," or like say something to allude to the fact that they're gonna disappear?
I mean, we build in bathroom breaks. It's a bunch of girls with small bladders. Like we plan them ahead, but people typically don't just like.
Yeah, don't peace out.
I'm not trying to come down on you, Raven Shadow. I'm just answering what we do.
I'm just saying, I got a dog running amok. I'm
Yeah,
trying
but
to
you
make him
could
happy.
you
I
could
will
fix
say
that.
there is a lot of
Get-
animal chaos that gets cut out of our shows. So, like, yeah.
Get the
Yeah,
baby
you can't-
Bjorn.
Bjorn.
Get the baby Bjorn. Have your fucking little dude right there in front of you. He'll love it.
The bar is only so big. I'm a skinny guinea as it is, man. I'm
Put,
trying to fit
put,
behind
put him
here.
on the bar. Get him a nice little bed, and he'll chill out on the bar.
No, because he'll get nervous. He'll knock fucking things that you can't see around.
That's why you put him in the
The
Bjorn. His
Bjorn,
little
yeah.
paws will be inside.
Yeah.
It'll be great.
Yeah,
You're
I
like
need,
this.
I need one of those like Luke in Empire.
Yeah.
Put him on your back.
Yeah.
So his head's. It looks like you have two heads, and one of them is a dog, a Bichon.
Bichon. Baby Bichon.
Bichon Shadow.
Bichon Shadow.
All right. So, yeah, Patreon. Give it a look. Consider supporting. We would really appreciate it. Also, you can go to trickortreatradio.com and scroll down on the main page. Look for the Amazon logo. You're going to click on that logo. It's going to bring you to Amazon. It's going to input our affiliate link. Everything they purchase in that session, Raven Shadow, will be attributed to us. And you know what? Fucking holidays are coming up, right? You know, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa,
Mhm.
Christmas, whatever. You're going to be buying lots of fucking shit.
Rain.
Click on that fucking link. Buy all the shit. We get a cut. Helps the show. Boom. Doesn't cost them any extra, Raven Shadow.
Do you
But
see
it
how many
helps-
lights Raven Shadow has? Look at all those lights. You got to keep them on. Those lights don't
For
keep
real,
themselves
thank you,
on.
Rachel. National Grid ain't helping.
National Grid. We got BGE down here. Baltimore Gas and Electric.
Oh, that's not good.
I was like, big gunt energy? What is
Big
G?
gargantuan elephant balls.
Yeah.
MZ.
Yeah.
Well, it says the guy
How
who
did I
has.
get into this?
Well, oh, maybe because you've said you have the most enormous balls in the fucking world before.
Oh,
Well, to
that.
be fair, Wolfie, we have seen them.
No, I haven't seen them.
No.
He-
Can you film him?
Yeah, he tucked them behind his fucking legs. Thankfully.
Yeah, do you how do you think the tuck? How
Yeah.
can you do a tuck?
How's a
dance
tuck
with-
dance work?
I just saw the sweatpants.
But I mean, like, then it's the fruit basket, right? Like, you flip it around. No? That's just science. I'm not weird.
Fruit
It's science.
no, it's very cantaloupe-like.
Believe me, it's not. It wasn't an
Don't
easy.
show him.
I
It-
mean, no
it
wonder he
wasn't-
always looks like he's in a bad mood. He's sitting on a couple of cantaloupes.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
believe me, you really think tucking those things back was easy?
Yeah.
It's like
Just to tuck
battering.
them up.
It's like trying to knock down a door with a battering ram. It was
That's
like
not
really
hard.
difficult.
Yeah, this is now officially my Roman Empire. Thanks for that.
You're sending your cantaloupes.
Wolfie,
Yes.
Wolfie, send her the video.
Oh my god.
Oh!
Oh my God, you guys! I just graduated to
okay, oh.
next level friendship. Oh,
I gotta
boy.
see. I gotta remember where it is. I know I have it. I gotta remember where it is.
You gotta
Oh,
remember
shit.
where it is.
Yeah, I fucking bury that
I
shit
want-
away.
I want a fucking reaction video, dog. I want.
Oh my God.
I want.
Oh, how about this?
Rachel's
Wait.
reaction
I
video.
got it. What if we have Rachel watch it live on the Krampusnacht show? People won't see it. Rachel
Merry Christmas to
Rachel
me.
will see it. Rachel will see it and react.
All right,
Does that sound
Oh,
okay,
my
MZ?
Lord.
I'm
I
fine with it.
consent.
All right. Oh boy. Yeah, because I know I have it somewhere. I don't remember where it is.
By the time
We shouldn't
by the time
lose
she's
that.
done
That is
watching,
going to actually be only hams. That is literally.
I could find it easy. I'm just
I
Yeah,
can
go.
tell you that by the time she's done watching it, she's gonna look like her eyes are gonna dilate. They're gonna look like she's got nickel poisoning or something, and her eyes are just gonna dilate to these tiny little dots. By the time she's done watching this,
so
And then she'll go, and then she'll be half blind.
I feel like I'm gonna elevate to the next plane of existence. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna become a creature of pure energy.
The story
Like that
the
Star
story
Trek cloud.
the story behind this was old friend of the show. I don't remember how this all happened. Like she said that she would give us because we were raising money, and she said she would give us $100 for MZ to do the tuck dance.
Was this for the air conditioner?
I think so.
You know what? If I was going to put money on who in this network had done the tuck dance, it would not have been MZ, which makes me question.
Has zero shame. Zero.
Yeah, I just thought for sure it was Rocky. For sure.
Oh, well, of the
Rocky.
main people here. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So, $100. I mean, I had to edit it. I had to fucking
Rocky
film
will
and
do a tuck
edit it.
dance for a pack of hot dogs and a dirty muffin, but
True. I want to know what each of your prices are. Like to get a Raven Shadow or a Johnny tuck dance. Like what is the price tag on one of those? Not that I have expendable money, but in theory, what would we have
Raven
to?
Shadow, a pack of smokes.
But they'd have to be like 120s.
And an
yeah.
and a black
No, I mean,
olive
like,
pizza.
For me, it's interest.
Interest.
Not like financial interest. Just be like, hey, you want? Yeah, okay, cool, all right.
Hey, a cheap date. We stand a cheap date. How about you, Johnny?
I'm
would it
Boone's
cost?
Farm, and you know what I mean. Yeah.
To see your only hams, what would it cost?
If someone would fucking produce the show for a month for me. So I don't fucking have to.
Priceless. Got it. I'm just putting it out there. You got a lot of patrons, probably, making some dreams come true tonight. They need to know how much it's going to be.
I found it. I have it. Oh God. Hold on. Let me just. I'm gonna play the music. I'm gonna turn it on, and I'm gonna be mortified. Hold on.
What is the music? What is the song?
You know the music.
Is it like?
It's the fucking
what is
scene.
that, like Hot Chocolate song? I
No, it's
believe in miracles.
Goodbye
No?
Horses.
Oh, of course. Of
And
course.
It's the fucking scene. I took the scene
And
from the
there's-
movie, and all the parts of Buffalo Bill I cut out and put MZ in.
Do we get a whole? Oh, do you want to fuck me?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I would fuck. Oh yeah.
Can you
oh,
guys?
Yeah.
Can you guys hear it?
There is.
Can you hear it?
I can.
Oh wait. Is this the one? Yeah. Okay. This is it. Why am I fucking watching it? Why am I doing this to myself? Why? Precious looks a little like Ollie.
Flash fact, that actually was a Bichon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
This was a 32-hour shoot, Rachel.
Yeah.
Because Wolfie's a fucking. He wasn't.
Sounds like you needed a lot of footage.
Yeah. He needed a long lens. I'll tell you that much. But
Shy.
Oh, I can't watch the tuck. Oh my god. No, I'm done. I saw him get close up to the camera as he's doing the fucking tuck, and I'm done.
I think I came to the studio after that.
Oh, I think you came.
He was still undressed.
Yeah, I remember his. Yeah, someone tried to take his fucking underwear, I think, or something like that. I think.
Yeah. It was weird. It was weird.
Who?
It was a great moment in Trick or Treat radio history.
Who was doing the MZ panty raid?
Mars. I mean, you never met him on the show, but you've talked to him on Force Insensitive. I think he's been there. I don't know, but yeah. So that's tuck dance. There we go. That's something to do for the Krampusnacht party.
I gotta say, you think Lovecraft has lore? This freaking show has lore. Every time they come in here, people are laughing till they pass out. People are tucking things. Like people are chainsawing freaking fiery tree. Like the lore on this show, like legendary testes. Like it just never ends.
Legendary testes with like 4 E's. That's good.
Legendary test Aries.
I think Ray. I think Wolfie would have benefited from Ray Bradbury doing the tuck dance.
I would have. Yeah, I would have preferred that, honestly.
Yeah.
All right, so we talked about Patreon. So do that thing. Do the Amazon. Yeah, do the Amazon thing. And then finally, we got the greatest hits of Trick or Treat Radio volumes 1 through 3. There's a bunch of lore and bullshit on there. So give it a look. It's on trickortreatradio.com. Click on the store. All right, we're going to head to a break in just a moment here.
At the very beginning. I'm going to start at the very beginning. I'm going to start at the very beginning, and I'm just going to send you emails of shit that I unearthed. Speaking of unearthing things.
Oh, man. I'm sure it's rough. It's probably rough.
It's not good.
Can't wait.
So
Cannot wait.
Before we head to a break, Michael Ravenshadow, you sit down to watch Suitable Flesh. What do you do to prepare for this one?
Oh, it's fucking problems with my lenses, Johnny. It wasn't good.
With your lenses, your glasses.
My glasses, yeah. So I got new lenses, and they were great for far, but I couldn't see up close. So I was having an anxiety attack. So I got new lenses before the shop, and I get them, and now I can't read the fucking, Avengers logo on the fucking book stand. That's not good. You know what I mean? So I was having an anxiety attack, brought them back, exchanged them out, but big ups to the fine folks at Premier Optical. They're not sponsors, but for an additional $50 for some discontinued lenses, I'm going to get some driving ones, and then I'm going to send the ones back and recut them, so I'm not out the $225 that I paid for them.
What about your what's your deductible?
It's a different thing. It's all cash money, baby. It's all cash money.
Speaking of vision, I've never had vision because I haven't needed it, but I figured, you know what? Like,
I'm a fucking bragger. I'm fucking perfect. I'm a vegan, and I have big giant hand legs.
I eat all these carrots.
I'm a producer. I push.
I'm not boasting. I'm just saying.
Rachel, did it sound like boasting?
It sounded like vision elitism, if I have ever heard
it. It was vision elitism.
It's vision shaming, actually.
It is. I feel shamed. Yes, this is right.
Don't vision shame me, bro.
Yeah.
Anyways, I was saying that I did get vision for the first time ever. I'll have it in January, so I can make an appointment. And just to make sure, I don't have any problems yet. But as Raven Shadow has said, I got problems. I got problems.
So you just want to make sure.
I just want to say I got no problems. That's what I want to say.
Bro, somebody. Yeah, so big ups to Dr. Bling. She wanted to fucking
Dr. Bling. Did you lie to your doctor this time too?
No, I was honest, and I'm like,
Doc, I can't see.
I'm like, do you want to come in for a fucking new test? And we'll get you. I'm like, it's not going to help me tomorrow because I can't see today. Like they can't. They
sounds very philosophical.
It's true. Like,
there's a lot of deep meaning in what Raven said.
Levels.
And my actress is awesome. She looks like Ming Na Wen from fucking Mandalorian.
Ming Na Wen? What the fuck? Ming Na Wen. Thank you. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Well, I got fucking medical problems.
No shit.
Insult.
Yeah, no shit.
Insult.
I'm sorry. I got a New England accent. So no, it's all in a day. I'm going to make it work out. I'm going to get one for my driving and one for my seeing until I get my fucking surgery from Dr. Bling. But you better believe. And until then, and until March, you better believe I strapped on.
Greetings! We are the Retro Reductopus Cephala Podcast, the bi-weekly show that celebrates all the things that made growing up awesome.
He's right. We wax philosophic about lots of geeky crap like old video games and movies, toys, cartoons. I don't know, help me out here.
Music.
Pants.
Quoting video games that don't have dialogues.
Shabibans.
tasty news,
Unnecessarily long Japanese onomatopoeia.
butt breathers, uncomfortable nature facts.
or how to install a thermoflange.
And unlike all those other podcasts, we at Retro Octopus have an exciting rotating host schedule.
Do we?
We sure do. So, if you didn't like the guy flapping his gums this week,
Like me.
worry not, gentle listener. Next week, we'll have a whole new host.
Of problems.
Hey, they might still suck, but they'll suck differently.
And you know what's really cool? Retro Octopus is part of the Inebriard Podcast Network, with new episodes out every Tentacle Tuesday.
Which is like every other Tuesday. We named it.
Anyways, you can listen to us at iTunes, Google Play, Spotify,
Thank you
Stitcher,
guys for
or
having me on. It's a
Stitcher.
blast. You guys are awesome.
Thank you so much.
And, Trick or Treat Radio, man. That's where it's at. That's the new Fangoria Radio is Trick or Treat Radio.
Oh,
Don't say
Hey,
that.
well,
That's like,
you really put us under.
it's like swearing in church. I
You
don't know.
just jinxed us.
you put a lot on our shoulders just now.
Well, we can strive for
You
greatness.
guys are awesome.
Yeah,
you really
just
are. You
say
got a
that again
great
slowly.
show.
You go through your week with the same old routine.
What you really want is some blood and thunder in your life.
Well, friend, you found it.
The Cromcast is an adventurous journey through the history of two-fisted pulp stories
With your host, John,
Josh,
and Luke.
we have action.
horror.
An adventure, all through the lens of pulp luminary Robert E. Howard.
Don't just stay in your ordinary life.
Find your pulp life at thecromcast.blogspot.com.
The Cromcast,
The Cromcast.
The Cromcast.
a podcast for the barbarian at heart.
Hey, you matzo heads. This is Larry Fine, and you're listening to Trick or Treat Radio.
And we are back on Trick or Treat Radio. And time to talk about a movie. So, what is Rachel showing off there? Oh, scale. Oh, my God.
I'm a prop comic now, apparently. I went into the bathroom and I saw the scale and I was like, oops.
Did you pull out your scale, Raven Shadow?
Yeah, but it's a little
Put them on the
small,
glass of the scale.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to be talking about the movie Suitable Flesh. It was released in 2023. It is, let's see, 100 minutes. A horror thriller directed by Joe Lynch and written by Dennis Paoli, MZ. Did you happen to notice that?
Yes, I did, actually.
So we'll talk a little about that in a moment. But the film stars Heather Graham, Judah Lewis, Barbara Crampton, Bruce Davison, Jonathan Sheck, Graham Skipper, and Ollie. The synopsis of the film: a psychiatrist becomes obsessed with one of her young patients, who she later discovers is linked to an ancient curse. So let's talk a little bit about Joe Lynch. Now, we have done some of Joe. Well, we've done at least one of Joe's films in the past. We did Mayhem a few years ago. And but we also talked about that he did Knights of Badassdom, Everly, and he's done several other films as a director. He's also, as an actor, he's done episodes of Creepshow, the TV series on Shudder. And let me see. Oh yeah, I forgot. He actually did the Faith No More Sunny Side Up music video, which makes sense because in this, Asa was wearing a Faith No More t-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. And he also, actually, I almost forgot about this too. I mentioned it last week, but he also directed one of my favorite music videos of all time called, from the band Strapping Young Lad. The song is Love, and it is an homage to Evil Dead 2. A very good homage to it, actually.
Cool.
So Joe Lynch has done some pretty cool stuff. And I'm trying to remember. I feel like a jerk because I forget, but he did was it the Movie Massacre podcast? Do you guys recall? I think that was it. I'll look it up. But anyways, he did a podcast with Adam Green.
Makes sense.
Yep. And let me see. I just want to make sure that's the name of it.
Frequent collaborator.
Yes. I am still looking. I might be wrong. Movie Massacre. Oh no, is that Corny's? Oh man, that's a good
It's
one.
fine. We'll fix it in the edit. Oh,
No, yeah, no. I just always look like an idiot. It's okay. I like it. Actually, it's helped in a lot of different ways. I just accept that I'm wrong or I can be an idiot, so it's fine.
Never.
Let's see, Joe Lynch, Adam Green podcast. The Movie Crypt. That's it. So not Massacre. Sorry, Corny. Although maybe he's honored.
Plug.
Yeah.
Get into it.
So I guess they're still doing it. I actually didn't realize that. Put out an episode just a couple days ago. So there you go. They're both, looks like Adam and Joe are still doing it. So the Movie Crypt, that's their podcast. And they've been doing it for a while. 546 episodes. Not quite as much as us, though. We did 591. But they actually put it out weekly, I think. So, or semi. Let's see. Is it weekly? No. Well, yeah. I guess it's weekly.
We're weekly.
No, I know, but what I thought they did. I thought they put it out more often at first, and then that's why I was like, wait. No, I guess it's weekly. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. I'm screwing myself all up.
Trying to be like Trick or Treat Radio.
So, all right. So, yeah. So, Joe Lynch, horror dude, TV, movies, podcasting. And it was interesting. So, I want to talk about Dennis Paoli. Or do you want to mention anything about Dennis MZ?
Oh, geez. He's just a writer for some of the better Lovecraftian movies that have come out over the years. From Beyond, Reanimator.
Those two.
Those. There's more.
Well, I mean, those two alone
and
are.
others that don't, and Dagon. Dagon is another one. And he did Invasion of the Body Snatchers. He wrote that.
The 93.
Back in 90, was it 90?
Underappreciated.
Yep, 93
one's
version.
pretty money.
He also
He's got Meg Tilly.
It probably was.
Body Snatchers.
Yeah, she's in it. Yep.
Yes, Meg Tilly.
Yep.
And he's got his finger on the pulse of Lovecraft. I mean, of course, Reanimator is the one that everyone's going to turn to, as well as me. I mean, it's just a fantastic movie. It's just so great.
Speaking of MZ, can you name the Reanimator influence in this film aside from Lovecraft?
Oh yeah. Yes.
Or
As a matter of fact,
homage,
yeah.
maybe.
Huh?
Or homage, maybe is a better word.
There was something in here that felt very felt very in tune with Reanimator. I don't know if it had to do with
Brookhampton
guard or but I know I saw something. I'm trying to remember it. I'm sure as soon as one of you guys brings it up, it'll click in my skull.
Right.
But
So you did a pretty good job
I
of.
definitely saw something. Yeah.
Well, Raven Shadow saw something, even through his bad eyes.
I got the old lenses back in, Wolfie.
Yeah. So Dennis Paoli, he also did The Dentist and The Dentist 2, Castle Freak. Dude's kind of a bit of a legend. Ghoulies 2, motherfucking yeah.
But Ghoulies Go to College, who wrote that?
Wow.
That's the real icon.
Yeah, that's the real one. And
How about Munchies? Let's go down to brass tacks.
But he hasn't done much since 2001. Like he did Dagon and then Bleacher Bums, which is a TV movie. And then since then, he did 2 episodes of Masters of Horror and then The Evil Clergyman in 2012 and hadn't done anything since until he did this.
Masters of Horror.
I gotta give Dagon another chance. There's something that I missed in that. I gotta give it another shot.
So Dennis Paoli did Dreams in the Witch House from season 1 of Masters of Horror.
Okay. So the Lovecraft.
Yep. And the Black Cat, which.
And there we have it.
Poe.
Oh, with Jeffrey Combs.
Yep.
Playing Lovecraft. Good stuff.
Yep. So apparently he is the fucking go-to guy for Lovecraft.
Yeah.
So
I just saw his photo and yes.
he's probably not as racist as Lovecraft, though, I'm guessing.
I mean, few people are. Few people are. We've all read Rats in the Walls, right?
Yeah.
It's not good.
No.
I know we all like to just shuffle on by it, but
yeah.
He's dead though. Fuck him, right? Like we can enjoy the world he created because he ain't benefiting it. He had a miserable, shitty life and then he died. Let us have fun.
He left us
small
with
balls.
Yeah. Like he doesn't even need to tuck him to do the tuck dance. He just lives the tuck dance.
All right, let's talk about the cast a little bit. So Heather Graham, I think. Yo, go ahead, Rage. I'll let you take this one then.
No. I think she was stunning in this picture. 100% stunning. And is Barbara Crampton the other psychologist?
Do you even fucking know who Barbara Crampton is? Jesus Christ.
No, I do, but I'm saying I wish this dude would fucking film me because everyone looks fantastic.
Listen, Barbara Crampton is fire. Have you seen Jacob's wife?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh, yeah.
She is flame. She is so foxy.
I am so totally in love with Barbara Crampton.
I mean, you have a pulse.
Yeah. Right?
Who isn't?
She's like 62 or 63 years old. You'd never think it for a second.
She's never looked better. Like Barbara
Yeah.
Crampton at 60 is hotter than Barbara Crampton at 20. And she
Yeah.
was
Right.
hot at 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And these two, like her and Heather Graham, look like they could be like sisters, like young sisters. Like, it's awesome. Yeah. So,
it's Barbara Crampton, the other doctor. What other woman is in this movie?
He doesn't know who Barbara Crampton
That
is.
can't be her because this looks like somebody that might be on, a WB show. But heavens,
yeah,
she looked fantastic.
She does.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
And Heather
I'm
Graham
enjoying the
looks
Crampton Assance too. Like whatever's happened in this last decade where she has come out of retirement, it is the world is a better place with the Crampton in it.
It's like Crampton came back alive.
Yeah.
She was Reanimated, one might say.
Almost like she was reanimated. Thank you, Rich.
Straight out of Crampton.
Straight out of Crampton. Hey, good nice.
Oh my
Nice.
God, that's a shirt we need.
Yeah.
Trick or
That's
treat
pretty
radio,
fucking
straight
good.
out of Crampton.
I'm gonna steal that.
MZ wishes he was straight out of Crampton.
Yeah.
Get in
Straight into
line.
Crampton.
Straight. Jesus. Ooh.
Why you friend?
would that make the cut
Ooh,
on
yeah,
the
right.
would that make the cut on the Zombie Girls edit?
I mean, Ariel would try to tack it on to it, like the outtakes, and depending on what kind of mood I'm in, it might make it done.
So what was? Do you guys remember the first thing you saw Heather Graham in?
License to Drive.
License to
Yeah.
Drive.
Yeah.
Holy shit,
Yeah.
that was her.
Yeah.
Mercedes.
Oh yeah,
Elizabeth.
yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
That.
Crush origin story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love that movie.
My first go-to would have been Swingers, but yes, it would
Yeah,
have been
that would have been
License to
mine. Yeah,
Drive,
yeah.
renting that.
Then Boogie
Back in the
Nights.
Mm, yeah.
Then
Roller
Boogie
Girl.
Nights.
Yeah,
Yeah.
roller. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so for me, yeah, I mean, I guess License to Drive would have been hit, but yeah. So, and she also was in Twin Peaks as well. She played Annie in 6 episodes of the original series, I believe.
Must have been season 2, right?
Well, she was in Firewalk with Me.
God, I gotta revisit that.
Season 2, you're right. Yep, season 2. Yep. It's been a while since I've seen either one, so I'd forgotten.
That first season is formative.
Yes.
Formative.
Yeah. But yeah,
I mean-
Swingers is the one that, like, you know, for me, when I think of her, I think of that movie. Your Money, baby. Your Money. You don't even know it, Raven Shadow.
No, I'm more like a bad penny, but no, like it's fair, but yeah, but like no, but renting License to Drive with the Coreys from the era of
Yep.
Can't Buy Me Love and all that shit was going on. That's what we rented, and I didn't know until she got a big push from Swingers, and then obviously Boogie Nights when she really came up. But she's killer, and looks fantastic. I think she's around our age, give or take, older.
I think Ollie's a big
Ollie
fan.
She's in her
a drop
50s.
kick.
Yeah.
She's in her 50s.
Like,
So she's
real-
in her
yeah, she's
50s,
50 or
and Barbara is in her 60s.
Yeah.
That's
That gives me
Heather
hope.
Graham's, Heather Graham's my age, I think.
Yeah, she is.
52.
Yeah. 70, born 70. Yeah. You were 70, right, MZ? Or 71?
71.
Okay. So, yeah. She's a year older. But yeah, so when I was like, I read the synopsis and I read a little bit about this movie. I'm like, Heather Graham's in this movie? That's interesting. Okay. I got to admit, I also like Jonathan Sheck in this. I think it's Sheck, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's how you pronounce his
I
name.
think so.
But he hasn't done a lot lately. He was like the big fucking heartthrob in That Thing You
Yeah.
Do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he, like, I thought he was going to be like a huge fucking star after that. I mean, he's done well for himself. Don't get me wrong. Like, he's done a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But he never quite, was like that big star that I thought he was going to be after that.
Yeah. From heartthrob to cook.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. But in Raven Chat, did you know that Jonathan Sheck was Jonah Hex in Legends of Tomorrow?
Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah, that sounds familiar.
That's the case that he was the best, in my opinion, the best live action Hex.
I mean,
yeah, it's not much to go
Fair.
on.
But
yeah,
I want to say there was a live action Hex in Smallville. And listen, Josh Brolin was given a bill of goods. It was supposed to be an R-rated picture, and a lot of stuff happened behind the scenes. His performance, but no, I dig. Yeah, he was great on Legends. Legends was a fun show for the first 4 episodes. Sorry, not 4 episodes.
I was like, really?
4 episodes.
Interesting. I thought the first season was, but season 2 on was pretty fun.
Yeah, it was great. I think it was one of those shows where it was like these characters don't make sense to be together, but it was like a bad role playing game. Like you're gonna be this character, you're gonna be this character, but it was fun. But when they started getting all the interesting characters off the show, and I think the 2 best characters were Heatwave and Captain Cold.
Yeah.
And once they were done, they brought in
Oh my God.
characters. Ollie is a fucking dick.
He's not a dick. He wants you to throw the baby. He wants you to get a fucking Bjorn.
I threw so many babies. I'm so sorry, Rachel.
Is that a euphemism? Shut over here throwing babies.
That's what they refer to Ollie's his toy, whatever.
Not my fanfic.
All right, so what else? What else are we talking about with basically I think we've talked about the cast here. So
I would like to take a minute to talk about some of the other cast members because I was pretty impressed. Well, I mean, like Bruce Davison shows up, he gives us camp, he's great in it. But I was actually really impressed by Judah Lewis, who plays Waite. Asa Waite. Like I know him best from like The Babysitter. So I had a little bit of cognitive dissonance around him being a sexy, sort of a seductive character. But honestly, by the end, I was really impressed by sort of the whiplash that he was able to present between the 2 versions of himself. Yeah. Like he had so much charisma and so much sexual magnetism and like in this very mustache twirly way that I found really, really compelling. Right. I think this is one of those roles where he's not going to get any recognition because critics are freaking snobs, but he's excellent. This kid is talented. I feel I could see like a Leonardo DiCaprio career arc for him. Yes. I was really impressed by him.
Yes, I agree. I totally agree. That's exactly who I thought of. He's the next Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah. Yes. You can see it. You can see excellent at this. Yeah.
You could see it in him. He's got the chops. It's not just the physical attributes that he has, because when you look at him, when I looked at him, I saw DiCaprio because he does in a roundabout way kind of looks like him, but he's got that magnetism. He's got good body stance and body English and the way he talks, his words and how he uses his body and everything. It's really, really strong. It's just as strong a physical performance as it is a verbal performance. You can see it in him, and it's excellent. Very good performance by this kid.
I think this has got to be a very fun, if challenging, like a film to make as an actor, because you get to be 2 characters, and it's so fun to watch that second character be interpreted through each of these actors, and like how they each address kind of becoming this other sort of cosmic character. But he in particular, I felt like absolutely nailed it. There is a presence. Like I'm thinking about the scene in the basement, or even the first time we see him changing those characters. Everything in his body language changes. The tenor of his voice, like the twinkle in his eye. It is actually really incredible to watch, just from like a film and acting craft perspective. I think people are gonna be like, "Oh, this is a sexy movie with sexy sex scenes," but I actually think, and this is something it's gonna be like a repeated thing throughout my review of this, is that there is something deeper happening throughout this film that elevates it above sort of the sort of trashy, sort of Skinamax sort of surface that is happening.
I mean, I felt that when I see him taking on this dual role, the first thing that came to my mind was Edward Norton in Primal Fear, who I thought did a pretty damn decent job.
That's a good call.
did a pretty damn decent job of playing the double role. And when I see what this kid has done, I'm just like, Edward who? You know?
More
And
like
Ed
Edward
Norton-
Snorton, am I right?
right. And he's a good actor. Say what you want about his personality. Yeah, he's a dick, but he's an actor. But this kid, I mean, I'm just blown away by what he was able to do, and it's you can't take your eyes off of him. And I'm looking forward to seeing more from this kid. Now, I've never seen The Babysitter. Maybe I should.
It's fun. It's real fun, but it's like him as a kid. So it's a little weird to go for that.
He was also in Summer.
Why am I getting turned on by the kid from The Babysitter? This is awkward.
He was also in Summer of '84, which we did a few years ago.
Oh.
He played
Alright.
Tommy Eats Eaton.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
A little Zac
I
Efron
love that
vibe
movie
kind of
too.
going on.
Yeah, you know what he does? Like physically, he has kind of that like teen like Tiger Beat look, but like there's more there. There's a lot more there.
100%, and he definitely went from like Clark Kent to Superman, like from the Donner.
More like Lex
movies.
Luthor.
Right. The 0 to 60, where you could be so like, this is the problem, to then, so and so. And I think there are elements of this movie that did play like a Smallville episode mixed with a Skinamax, late at night kind of business, especially with as things progress. Like, I feel there were certain scenes with a police officer that may have had a certain rendezvous in some of the movies, or if they showed the doctor scene in a room, there are plenty of scenes they filmed that were more provocative. Like, it had a very 90s early 2000s B movie vibe to it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the actors involved elevated it more, and it didn't. I mean, it had a couple of provocative scenes, but it wasn't.
I'll say.
a couple.
Yeah, it did. But it was also more to the scene. It wasn't just gratuitous, nudity. And I think the actors, essentially the four core cast, elevated this to something that it was better than any right it should have been.
Agree.
Okay, cool.
Michael Reba Shadow.
So yeah, let's see. So we're talking about some of the cast members, and yeah, I agree. I mean, I thought Judah Lewis was really good in this. I thought everyone was good. I thought like all the performances were good, and as you guys said, it definitely elevated this movie because it's funny because I would say that we've seen movies like this. We've seen this movie, but if it's not done with the acting ability and with the care that was taken with it, then I feel like it could have been one of those sort of like B sort of movies that just popped up on like I don't know, like Full Moon, like a Full Moon production or something. Nothing against Full Moon, but whereas I feel like this ended up being campy, but also had like an air of intelligence to it. Like there's something else kind of going on here. And I agree with you, Rachel. I'm actually curious to see where that goes. But I think it's good, and it's a Lovecraft for sure. Like this is like dripping with like the Lovecraft feel, and it's based on the story "The Thing on the Doorstep" from the short story from 1933 from Lovecraft. So. Which I don't remember. I've read a bunch of his stuff, but it's been a while. I don't know if I've read that one. And I don't.
It's an interesting gender flip. This movie is an interesting gender flip on that story.
And I feel like that's actually a big part of this movie is, especially, I mean, we have to talk about some of the stuff because we can't just completely ignore some of the stuff that happens in this because then I think we're cutting ourselves off the knees with the conversation if we don't. So I do think we should probably talk about some of that, but with the gender swap and also with just some of the ways that one of the characters reacts when they're in a body and like the things that they're saying and experiencing and feeling and it's really interesting that they went in that direction. So, well, let's give. We're a little bit beyond this now, but I think let's give kind of first impressions of like when we finished the movie. What were kind of our thoughts? What were we thinking? And I guess I'll just kind of continue on and say, pretty much the same thing is that it felt like movies that we've seen in the past, like 90s direct to video or something like that, maybe early 2000s. But it was, I hesitate to use the word elevated, but because I don't mean it in the way that, like Jordan Peele refers to elevated horror, like, his style of horror, but not necessarily, but in a way that just made it more impactful and had more meaning to it, despite the fact that it was sort of like, like lewd, had lots of titillation and, and all that, like the sort of the hallmarks of what you would see in, 90s direct to video sort of release based on Lovecraft, so I feel like it had a lot of those, a lot of that DNA, but it was heightened a bit to have more meaning and a little bit something deeper going on. And then I feel like you could miss it too. Like, I feel like some people could just watch it and be like, oh yeah, that's just like a, Lovecraft movie I saw in the 90s, like Necronomicon or, whatever. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
But I feel like you have to be tuned in. And if you're tuned in, you might actually pick up a sense of that.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I agree. I feel like it's definitely a celebration of a very particular corner of horror, like the Brian Yuzna corner, which
Yes.
I saw his name in the credits and I was like, of course he's here. Of course he was invited to this party. Or like, Stuart Gordon, RIP his reputation, but Richard Stanley, like that era of horror is very much here.
Yep.
And you could engage with it on that level. You could just be like, this is kind of like a gory, fun, sexy film, or you could unpack, which is what I always love. Sorry, I totally interrupted you though. So
no,
please
I was done.
continue.
I was going to pass the baton. So if you have more to add, go for it.
Sure. I mean, like, I think you kind of touched on this conversation around there's some dialogue in later in the film where he's talking about, gender and how it sort of like there is a more modern perspective in this film that if you want to engage on that level, you can see that it's exploring all of these taboos, right? It's exploring kind of, things like age gap, relationships, patient doctor sex. I think it's very funny that like a movie about transference has these like transference literally and transference sort of clinically is happening in this film is really interesting. But like what really stood out to me was this sort of discussion around female sexuality and gender, which is the ways in which I feel like it's taking that corner of horror and putting it through a modern lens, which makes it so that you can kind of have a more thoughtful discussion and engagement with this film, or you can just be like, I like the gruesomeness and I like the throwback nature of this.
Or I like boobs.
So it's a little bit of something for everyone in this film in a way that I was not expecting. Like I heard that sexy sax and I'm like, okay, I know what I'm getting here. And to kind of go further with it and see the way that it kind of is dealing with sort of transgressive ideas around kink and around gender, I was like, oh yeah, this is a movie for me. This is really and actually way more interesting than I was expecting.
Yeah. How about MC or Raven Shadow?
Oh well, when I'm watching this movie, what came to my mind is because like you said, this the story came out, what, 1933?
Yep.
Could this be the advent of the erotic thriller? Because that's the thing that came to my mind is that this is pure early 90s, late 80s, early 90s, mid 90s erotic thriller. This the sexiness is there, the intense scenes are there. I tried to dig deeper into it with the whole gender identification thing going on with and a couple of points that you touched upon, Rachel, about the age gap and the not so smart idea of doctor-patient relationship. But man, my mind was just solely on how incredible this story was, and how, I mean, it feels like a movie that we've seen before, but at the same time, it doesn't. There's a new spin here.
Yes, agree.
There's a new spin in this movie that I haven't seen in any other film. And if it has, it hasn't been done like this. I just thought it was a really well-made piece of filmmaking. I don't know what else to say, really. I mean, everybody else is pretty much cornered the market on the good stuff, so I might just have to sit back and just say that I agree.
How about you, Raven Shadow?
As lame of a description that would be, of a first impression that would be. I mean, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. How about you, Raven Shadow? Oh wait, he's not there. So
I mean, I would add to it. There's some like really, like, I think when you think about this particular sort of subgenre, is that it tends towards sort of like the ooey gooey, and this one kind of has a more modern take on that. It's much more gruesome. Like, there are some very fun gore moments in this. I'm thinking about a backup camera in particular that I want to call out.
Yeah.
Is a spectacular use of modern technology. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think as a gore hound, like, this movie was delightful. There really is so much fun to be had here.
Yeah, I agree. The violence is there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of intense scenes. There was some scenes where that was really catching my interest to see not how far the issue would be pushed, but where it would go from where it was, because at that point I'm like, I have no idea where this is going to go. My mind was racing when I was watching this, because I'm like, I have no idea where they're going to take this, story, where they're going to take these characters, and how far they're going to push that issue, whatever issue stands in front of them at that time. Just and it didn't hold back. That's the best part. It doesn't hold back. Any other filmmaker would hold back, but this just didn't do that. It put it right in your face, and you got a good strong whiff of it, and I couldn't be happier.
Elaborate on what you mean by it.
Wow.
Musk.
Yeah.
Oh, nice you join us again, Raven Shadow. So what's your first
I'm
impression?
fucking trying, man.
What's your first impression?
No, I mean, it was
No,
like
no.
I said,
No.
He does not consent.
Yeah.
No, like, I mean, from the jump, I mean, like, we saw a lot of like body swap movies in the 80s, right? From fucking Big to fucking, vice versa, Freaky
Like
Friday, whatever the fuck. But what actually represent, it also reminded me too of a big Golden Age character, the Ultra Humanite. that was a villain for the JSA, Just Society of America, where at first he was a mad scientist, and then he jumped other bodies, and then he became a 1940s starlet that ran a criminal organization. And then his most famous form was a giant white ape that you may have seen from the Justice League Unlimited cartoon, the big white ape with the red jumpsuit. Like, there's a body swapping. It went from a scientist to a girl to an ape, and then fought Green Lantern and
I don't
Flash.
know if I like this trajectory,
Yeah.
but go ahead, proceed.
No, I didn't write it, but what I'm trying to say is, like, it's the body swapping gimmick. Like, so you have the withered dude jumping into the young lad with probably a supple wiener, and then you have other body swapping stuff, and that's weird.
No, let's go back to the supple wiener.
Supple, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Supple
like,
wiener.
probably did glistening in the sun.
My winner.
No sags. You know what I mean? Like, he's not a Sags Calhoun, but like, no, like,
Hey, Sags Calhoun.
yeah. That's fun. But no, like, but everybody had a chance to play dual roles for the most part. And I thought Heather Graham killed this. Like, I thought she was fantastic. And a lot of the movie, you know, resided on her, which too, right, we're not talking about elevated as in like social political, you know, commentary about the fucking world, but there was some great actors that took this and was able to do their thing. So I'm like, where's it gonna go? Like, I see what you're doing. I see you're doing 11:30 on a Friday night on Cinemax stuff. You could go a
Where's
little bit.
Shannon Tweed?
Yeah.
Right. I'm like, you could go a little bit farther. Just saying. But they made it a good story where you didn't need the other stuff.
Yeah, it's interesting. I always think the greatest power that the horror genre has, and the thing that I love most about it, is the ultimate Trojan horse for genre,
Right.
where you can really squeeze in interesting social and political commentary into something that is like fully disarming. And I feel like this movie is a perfect example of that. You know, I think that people like that are there for the titillation factor or the gore or, you know, just a love of that type of horror, like Lovecraft horror film, are gonna come away with it, whether they realize it or not, with some interesting new ideas around like gender and around body autonomy. That's another really big theme in this that I think is really interesting. And whether you mean to engage on that level or not, because you are, as the viewer, like placed inside Heather Graham as your avatar and rooting for her, you're on the side of body autonomy. You're on the side of female sexuality. Right. Like, you're on the side of all of these things. And so I think that some people are going to dismiss this movie as just sort of like an erotic, trashy B film or like a 90s throwback. But there's a lot more happening here. It is a lot more impactful than it appears on the surface. And I love that about horror, and I love that about this movie.
100%. And there isn't like, I mean, there's some nudity in here, but like, it's not those movies. It's I think the titillation is in the performances, not in seeing naughty bits, you know. And the fact that if and to Rachel's point, yes, is some characters more like Lex Luthor? Yes, but the subtle change of Christopher Reeve going from Clark Kent to Superman, or I didn't watch it, but I've heard some comparisons of Walter White in Breaking Bad from being it's just that you know, that change of the same actor. And this wasn't just one actor doing it. It was anybody that embodied the form, whether it be young supple wiener lad or Heather Graham.
Young supple wiener lad.
Coming
WL.
YSL, baby. Come on.
Supple wiener lad.
I think Heather Graham had less sex scenes in Boogie Nights than she did in this movie.
Right. But she'll never
Might
get
be
the same
wrong
sort
on
of like accolades for something like this, and it drives me crazy.
Let me.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm gonna go ahead and do on the video feed. I'm gonna push the connection between Reanimator. I have it all lined up here. So MZ, hopefully you can see this. You see that? See two pictures?
Yes, I
look,
do.
Look at the glasses.
The glasses, of course. I love it.
As soon as I saw it, I was like, "Holy shit, Herbert fucking West!
Shit.
She's got the glasses on."
She's
Are those
62 years
Herbert
old.
West?
Yeah, she's like
Herbert
62,
Westicles.
63 years old, something like that. Matter of fact, and she does use the word reanimated in the film.
Yeah, she
at
does.
some
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know if that was just a simple nod to Reanimator. I would like to think that it does.
I'm sure.
No connection at all.
Strange coincidence.
Well, I feel like they could definitely exist in the same. Well, they do exist in the same universe. I mean, obviously, but what I mean is, like, the Reanimator in this film definitely could be part of a greater cinematic universe built over decades. And especially you can just do it by linking like Miskatonic and just all these ideas of like in this transference and reanimation, and reanimation's basically a part of this as well, I guess. So yeah. So yeah, I love that. I thought it was fantastic that we see Barbara Crampton wearing the same glasses.
That's good.
Yeah,
So good.
I didn't catch that, but yeah, that's awesome.
I'm surprised you've seen that movie way more than I have, so I'm surprised that
It never dawned on me.
Yep. So there you go. Nice little tie-in for Herbert West, but so and we also get like the Necronomicon, like the book in here, like that is fucking iconic. All the stuff that we get to see in that. Yeah, it's really cool. And Bruce, I loved Bruce Davison in this. He was unfortunately in it probably too short, but
Little. Yeah.
like when he got really fucking like uppity and like I was just fucking dying. I loved it. He was so funny, so good in this.
Mm-hmm.
But
the scene when the sexy time scene where I was a little bit nervous.
Which one?
Yeah.
with the blade and
with Jonathan Check.
Oh. Nervous. That was definitely the adjective that I was feeling.
Nervous that you get caught. No.
Yeah, no, it's like,
This is where your parents walk in 100%.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it's like, on one hand, like you got to go with it, but you got to be a little bit nervous,
Yeah.
So the thing one of the other aspects I liked about this is all of this. I mean, and it's not exclusive to this film, but a lot of the actions in this film could be explained away by psychology, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, you're having a psychotic break. Like, oh, you're schizophrenic. Like, whatever. Like, it all could be related back to psychology of like, this is what's going on. And there's a couple of really good scenes about that where, especially, I like the scene with Barbara Crampton and Judah Lewis in the basement.
Yes.
And that whole bit about, oh, well, this is what's happening to you. And this is, so I thought that was really interesting too. And also kind of, to me, seemed like a bit, maybe not a commentary per se, but, clearly in this day and age, mental health is something that's on a lot of people's minds, and it's something that also has had a lot of the stigmatism around it sort of starting to fall. And so people are more open to discussing it and talking about it. But I still think there's the sort of the concept of like being misdiagnosed or not believed or whatever. Like there's probably more of that now than ever before because a lot of people are seeking it out, you know? So I kind of felt like there was almost like an element of that, like, oh, we can explain away everything with science and, you know, break out the DSM and let's see what's going on here. And, you know, so I felt like, that was also kind of an interesting wrinkle to this as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what they did. Oh, go ahead.
No, you.
Okay, well, I was just going to say, well, that's what they did in The Exorcist when Reagan was starting to be possessed by the devil. The doctors that Chris McNeil went to go see and they were passing it off. You know, she's trying to explain, look, there's something wrong with my daughter, and the doctors are there. Well, it's just a matter of, you know, it's possible where it could be split personality, but it has there's more of a psychological reasoning behind it all, and that's what they do here. They now, of course, they don't bring in any of the ideas for the for like the EKG and not EKGs, but brain scan,
MRI,
CAT scans, MRIs, and things like that. And of course, you know, Lovecraft stories don't have that, of course, because they didn't have those back then. But yeah, what they do is that they use that psychological aspect of trying to explain away why this is happening. But what they don't do here is that they don't seem to notice that everybody who seems to be in contact with this one person who has this, for lack of a better term, a demon inside of them, these other people seem to, you know, have that same problem. And then, you know, it's not explained away all too clearly as to why, you know, this one central figure, I guess you could call it patient zero, you know, everybody around him has these issues with this one central figure, but nobody seems to catch on to the idea that getting lost in my thought here. I do that a lot.
You're in too deep. You're in too deep.
Yeah.
Back out.
No, I get what you're saying, though.
That people that the doctors that are around them are not really assisting them in the fact that, you know, they don't realize that maybe it is psychological. I don't know what I'm saying anymore.
You're saying believe women. Believe women.
You just made him sound like the smartest man alive.
I think that's where you were going.
I think. I don't know.
He doesn't even know.
Let me ask you folks, do you think this movie got away from its own rules at the end of it?
A little bit. Like, why, specifically around the use of the words? Like, do you need to be on the phone with him for him to say the words? Because you do in the beginning of the movie, but by the end you don't. And then also you can just do it whenever.
Yeah.
I thought it
feels
was
a little
sus.
Well, it doesn't have to be on
because
the
I thought
phone.
actual physical contact, but now they're using the transference through phone calls and things like that, and I'm thinking,
well, that's the
But
first
there's,
time
like,
it happened in the movie, anyways.
Morgue versus, you know, padded room.
Right.
You know what? Yeah. I was kind of like,
Oh, I hear what you're saying. Yeah. I guess if
the
it's
gimmick was the third jump, third time's a charm.
Yeah.
Where it's permanent.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, okay. And like, how many times do you have to squish a brain?
Don't yuck my yum.
No, but and I feel like there was a great series of shots utilizing modern technology going in reverse.
Oh, we already talked about that when you were gone.
Oh, well, that's right. Okay, yeah, fair. But I feel that after that, I don't know, like, it's just like, well, how many times? I think the brain is dead at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it got to the point where it was. I mean, for a horror movie, that's the kind of thing that like I'm okay accepting that because
Hand wave.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's one of those things that over the years you just come to expect that they're not actually dead, or you have to really physically do quite a bit to end someone's life. And I guess like in a way, like Hitchcock had once said that it's difficult to kill somebody. Like it's, in the movies and stuff, it looks like it's easy, but it's, I don't remember what the quote was, but it's not actually as easy as it looks.
Yeah. And if you go back to the original story, there's like a wizard involved. So I assume, it's like wizard shit.
Yeah. Wizard shit.
Just chalk it up to wizard shit.
Yeah.
Expecto Patronum.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that a new drink?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to call this. This is my Expecto Patronum. It does have tequila in it, so kind of works.
Do you have a crazy straw? Is that one of those like loopy-loop ones?
Yeah.
You jealous, Raven Shadow?
I'm an adult.
At least there's one here. At least there's one here. Rachel,
I want to kind of go back to something you were talking about, Johnny, about how there's all of these sort of elements that show that it's part of a shared universe with the Reanimator. What I think is really fun about this is it's not something you have to have a lot of familiarity with the lore of Lovecraft to appreciate, but it's incredibly rewarding if you do. Like all the little tiny Easter eggs, like the newspapers in the window had something about Innsmouth in it.
Yeah.
Or Dunwich maybe. But it's all there to like pick up on if you have like that knowledge base, but it's not required to understand the way that the film is working. But it's fun. It feels like a little insidery if you love Lovecraft.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would say I'm not the biggest not necessarily fan, but like I'm not super passionate about Lovecraft. I love reading a lot of the works, and I like seeing a lot of the adaptations, but by any stretch I'm not like a completionist and I know all the stories and I know everything about him. But yes, there is something that's very I don't know, like it's almost like I'm trying to think of the right word to explain, kind of like it's very in depth, like the lore is very rich. And like I feel like when you go into this sort of world, there's a lot of shorthand already done because you can rely upon all the other movies that came before it. Like, for instance, like just we've sort of referred to it as cinematic shorthand. Like other movies have done the work for you, so you just reference them and then you're good. You don't have to like explain every fucking thing. So the fact that like this takes place here and it happens at Miskatonic U, like you can just sort of, oh yeah, reanimation, that's totally possible. Absolutely. And if you understand Lovecraft and you've seen some of these movies, then you'll get that. And if you don't, maybe you do a little bit of research and find out, oh shit, okay, cool. Like, yeah, that's something that's totally doable. So yes, I think working in, it's funny because it's not a cinematic universe as we know it, but it's a shared universe, I guess, in a way, where a lot of people who engage with telling stories in it, they can rely upon the things that have come before it. And I always think that's really interesting. And I don't think there's too many other subgenres that can do that. Like, I don't think there's any.
No.
Because literally all these stories could take place in the same fucking world. Like you take this, Color Out of Space, Dagon, Necronomicon, Reanimator, Evil Dead even, like you could just go on and on and on.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think it's a perfect example of fan service done well. I also think, it makes sense. Like if you go, I mean, I know you're just saying you're not like super familiar with like the Lovecraft stuff, but like when he was writing, he was existing in a world where he had all of these sort of like acolytes and other writers who were writing stories also kind of in this world that he created. So it's interesting to weigh that the filmmaking legacy mirrors that original legacy, and the storytelling that he did at the very beginning.
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny. One other thing, I don't remember. I think I had this conversation with my partner recently. Like we just randomly talk about Lovecraft or like cosmic horror or whatever sometimes. And
she sounds awesome.
And so the idea was like the old ones, like what, like to me anyways, or I was gonna say to us, to humans, but I'm just speaking for myself. Like they are beyond fucking scary because they are not human. They don't have the same needs and desires and like need, whatever like a human would need. We can't comprehend what it is that they want or they need or they desire or whatever. Do they have values? If they have values, what are their values? Like, like that's the thing that to me is almost so scary about it. If you think about, because it's like, well, I can't possibly empathize or even like comprehend or reason. Yeah. Like, and that's why it's so fucking scary. Because we can almost assume, oh, why would another human do that? Or why would another human think that? We can sort of like, we may not understand it and we may not come to that conclusion, but we can probably figure, oh, well, they had this trauma in their life. They did this and then this happened. And okay, it makes sense. They shouldn't have done that. That's fucking wrong. But yeah, I could see it. But in this case, it's like we have no concept of that. And that to me, that is why I think cosmic horror works so fucking well and why it's so scary and why it's scarier not to see the thing, because then we don't, like in this, we don't see the thing,
Right.
We just see it in humans, in other humans, but we don't see the thing. And so that to me is scary because we don't know what it wants. And there were times that, I mean, I will say I've been talking a lot of positive things. And this isn't necessarily negative, but I felt like whatever Asa was, it I'm guessing had been on Earth for a very long time, because it started to develop human needs and desires and at least experimentation like that. And I thought, to me, I was like, I don't know, like that seems like it's a little bit too human. But I guess if you go to a foreign place, if you go to a new place and you don't understand the things that are going on there, eventually you're going to pick them up. And then, so I could see maybe something along those lines, and we don't know the whole backstory to this character. But to me, that was one of the things I was just curious, like would this character actually want these things? So that was something that kind of was going through my head a little bit.
Well, I think it was the character was enjoying new, fresh
experiences,
meat or suitable flesh, if you will. Like, even the dialogue, they were like, I always assumed I was a male, but I could enjoy being a female. Like maybe their span of existence, like a Vandal Savage who's immortal, or Ultra Humanite, or whatever you want to your story of reference. Like this character was bouncing around since the dawn of civilization or dawn of man. What came first, the demon or the man? Well, depending who you ask. But it seemed like he really enjoyed. I mean, who could not enjoy being in Heather Graham's body?
Yeah.
Facts. I mean, he's carnal desire personified. Like that is what he is carnal desire. Right. And when you are completely driven by those physical and power needs, like you imagine that over a millennia and the twisted ways that you would need to like seek new pleasure. I don't know. It's pretty interesting. It's a pretty interesting exploration, especially when it gets into these ideas about him being in a female body and like it changing the way that he perceives desire and the way that he he perceives women in general is like actually be interesting.
Right, because he was very, very predatory in.
And so he assumed he was male.
Right. In the supple wiener form, but then when
supple labia form,
supple labia, but it still had that in that. I don't know. Is empowerment the wrong word? But like the.
No, I mean I think there is some empowerment in that. Yeah.
Of like he was like, oh, this could be different.
Mm-hmm.
You know, going from fucking Professor X supple wiener to Heather Graham.
Does Professor X have a supple wiener? I don't know.
No. I don't think he does.
Does it work? Does it work?
I don't. He's not a telekinetic.
I feel like he has a sophisticated wiener, like a debonair wiener. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't say supple. Yeah.
What do you mean a debonair wiener? What does that mean? A debonair? What is it? Smoke a cigarette? What is it? Smoke a cigarette with
classy. I don't know.
What is it? Wear a beret and have a monocle?
It just has a sense of gravitas. I don't know.
Yeah. Like you would learn something.
Sorry, Johnny.
No.
See you in 5 months.
Speaks with a British accent.
I picture like the fucking hello, my baby. Hello, my like yes, I was.
Exactly. You guys get it. See, it's not weird.
Yeah. Oh no, not
weird at all. Let me see chat room. We have first time Mike. He popped in and said, "Evening, family. Happy Thanksgiving to one and all from your boy FTM, and hello to the amazing Rachel."
Aw, right back at you, friend.
First time Mike says, "I have to say, Raven Shadow is upping his review game lately, and I would enjoy a Rachel and MZ review show because you guys play off each other real well."
Aww.
I think he was referring to the beginning when you guys were. I was actually tweeting, so I appreciate you guys going at it. But yeah, you guys did bounce off each other pretty well there. And then
when we were going at it,
yes,
we were bouncing off each other.
It was rough. And that's when the whistle came out.
Flag of the play.
Oh shit!
I appreciate that.
This is the whistle.
Might want to invert that.
There you are. Supple, very supple.
Supple indeed.
Are your cheeks supple, Rachel? Is it?
A little. This always happens when I'm on the show. At some point, my face starts to hurt from laughing.
Casual.
That whistle did it. That was what
the
pushed
whistle.
my poor cheeks over the line.
Casual Noob says, "I appreciate hearing all your takes on movies because I realize how lowbrow my takes on these movies are. You all make me want to rewatch with new perspectives. Thank you for that, and happy Thanksgiving." Thanks, Casual Noob.
Yeah, Casual Noob.
First time Mike also says, Lovecraft was very much non-sexual, MZ, and probably would have been horrified by the erotic possibilities of this scenario.
Yeah.
Oh, probably. I mean, I mean, actually, when I was watching, I'm thinking how well it was. I mean, I never read the book, or the story rather, but I was really taken aback by how well it adapted to the modern world.
Yeah, and I feel like that's true of, like, in general, I think of Lovecraft stuff. Like, I think you can take the themes of it and apply it to a modern, through a modern lens very easily.
It does feel a little bit like karmic justice, too, that we're, like, making feminist, sex positive films out of his stories when he was just like a sad man crying into a can of beans. Yeah.
Raven Shadow feels attacked all of a sudden.
Uh-oh.
Who hasn't cried into a fucking can of beans, cast a fucking first stone? But like, yeah.
I can
He
just
sounds like a dick.
Oh.
so
And not a supple one. Let me assure
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, that's
Shriveled.
shriveled. So
He is
one,
like-
I actually did do a little bit of research on him, and I think he started to come around towards the end of his life. Started to see the light, so to speak. Not saying
When did
he.
he- When did he pass?
Everyone knows Lovecraft is woke, and when you go woke, you go broke.
Well, he could. It wasn't that long ago, Raven Child, because he created the computer company HP. That's his company.
It's true. Those are true facts. You should go and repeat that to people. It'll make you sound really smart.
Yeah, because his name is actually Hewlett Packard Lovecraft.
L-O-I-T?
Oh,
Listen.
Huey Pack.
Oh, Hewlett Pack.
Few packs.
He was so smart. He knew how to make computers back in 1933.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's like, yeah, it could have been like fucking smart people. You know what I mean? Like
smart people.
The fucking guy who created a phone. I was into Graham Bell. You know what I mean?
Graham Bell. Oh, it was Foo Fighters. Graham Bell. Graham Bell.
My man wanted to fucking.
Oh my god.
H.P. Lovecraft.
Lovecraftian. Lovecraft.
Oh, Lovecraftian.
Oh my
H.P. Lovecraft.
H.P. Lovecraft macaroni and cheese.
H.P. Lovecraft and macaroni. That's a fucking cheddar goblin right there.
That's the cheddar goblin.
Fucking stole that shit. H.P. Lovecraftian cheese. No, what? I don't even know.
Lovecraft macaroni and cheese.
Something's funny there. Yeah.
The shape of little Cthulhu's.
Yeah. Oh god.
I love cheddar Cthulhu's.
That would be a fucking good cereal, huh? Oat bran oat like flakes and cheddar fucking Cthulhu's. He died in 1937, Raven Shadow.
Oh, so for a long. Oh shit.
You know where he
fucking.
You know where he fucking lived?
Earth.
I mean, you're not wrong. Nailed it.
City. What city did he live in?
Baltimore. No, Rhode Island.
Oh, yeah, fucking Providence, man.
Providence, baby. That's how he does.
He's buried. He's buried in
he's
Providence.
buried.
I visited his his burial site a bunch
You are a
of
fucking stalker, sir.
A lot of
Hey,
people have.
man's
Jesus
dead.
Christ.
man's dead. What could I possibly do to him?
I mean, there are things. They're not legal, but you could do things.
MZ's going to bring
Yeah.
a scale, put it on his grave, and he's going to weigh his balls on H.P. Lovecraft's grave.
Yeah. So
Oh, there's the scale. There it is.
There it is.
Mm.
Hope you have that thing scotch guarded.
So
Now,
he was only 47, by the way. He died at 47.
yeah.
Oh shit! I'm almost pretty close.
Yeah.
That
might outlive.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be older than Lovecraft.
Well, I mean,
No.
yeah, you're almost there.
Knock on wood.
No.
Shit.
I mean,
We're going
now-
through dark times, my friend. Let's not face.
Let's see what happens. Yeah.
I did have a couple of critiques about the film, though.
Yeah, go for it.
I felt that it went into cheap mode a couple of times when the transference was taking place. You know,
CG.
no, well, I guess you would call it CG or just camera tricks when they would start to do the transference. the bodies would be shaking, everything like that, and it would go into that really rapid fire camera mode.
Yeah, camera shake.
Everything would be going like lightning speed and everything like that. I felt that. I don't know. I kind of felt like that kind of cheapened it a little bit, like it went to B territory. Because we've seen so many movies that do those sort
They
of.
should have
things
induced a seizure every fucking time.
No, I'm serious. It's like I just feel like they kind of went into a cheap area. I don't know. I just wish they didn't do that.
Yeah,
it's just to me it just comes across as a cheap camera trick to showcase what's going on. Kind of like when you see other films doing the rattly camera, shaking it around all over the place to indicate chaos and disorder.
Yeah, well, to me, it became a visual shorthand for, they're transferring, as opposed to having to make them have seizures each time, even though they kind of did in a way, like you'd see the fingers moving and stuff. But I don't know, I just thought it was
that was
visual shorthand of it's happening again. Like this is the way you're gonna know it.
No, I'm fine. The things with the fingers and the hands and what was going
and
on.
that sound mix with that.
Yeah. It was good. That was good. But I kind of wish they kept away from the speeding up of the footage to indicate that. Another one another area of critique would be near the end, not the end, but near the end.
Yeah,
when
it's a little sloppy. Mm-hmm.
I fit you. All right, you caught it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was a little, but I thought that what they did there was a little beneath
just
what we saw the rest of the film, huh?
What was the setting? Was it in the hospital?
It was in the hospital.
Okay.
Yeah. In the I guess you would call it a rubber room or a
and it sort of led out to the hallway, spill onto the hallway.
Right. Yeah.
At times, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a mix of good and bad in there. Like I love the gore and the pulling of the body, like all of that kind of stuff.
That
really
was cool.
worked.
Yeah,
but I felt like it was so back and forth that it got a little messy and sloppy at the end. And I think it's trying to reconcile itself with its origin story, which is really told by the Barbara Crampton character, like her not allegory, but the character that she's fulfilling is the main sort of storyteller in that original. And I feel like because they're trying to reconcile those, it gets a little messy at the end in the way that I found a little like I was kind of like, this is going on a few too many beats for me.
Because you lose who the main characters are, and it introduces other characters that were secondary. Actors, not shaming them, but it put other people in the forefront of the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean, clearly that was something they sort of needed to do to tell this story that they were telling. But I do feel like one character, well, I guess in a way, two characters, seemingly sort of being gone was kind of like it seemed like it was trivial, like, whatever, like no big deal, like the two main characters you spend a lot of time with were all of a sudden sort of like pushed to the side, and it's resolved in another way. So yeah, I mean I get that for sure, but I don't know how else you tell the story that they told without doing that.
Yeah. I almost wish there was more Barbara Crampton throughout. I mean, for obvious reasons, just because Barbara Crampton. But then when you add if she was more prominent throughout the rest of the story, I feel like you would feel less sort of not cheated. That feels stronger, but like you would feel more resolved about the way that it the lead character shifts at the end if she was with you a little bit more throughout. But it's a small quibble in what is otherwise like a pretty successfully done Lovecraft adaptation and modernization.
Yeah, I would agree. And like I said, I wish, I think for me, I would have got a little bit more as to why Asa wanted, like, had these desires, like just even like a little bit of backstory I think would have helped, but it's not, it didn't really ruin anything for me. It just would have been, I think there's an opportunity there to sort of like give a little something, even through, I don't know, like even through flipping through the book, if there was like things that we could have like ascertained by flipping through the book or something like that. Or one person telling a story or something like that. I feel it could have gone a long way. But once again, it's not essential, but it's one of those things I was like, I kind of would like to know a little bit more about that.
Yeah, like I would have been happy if we delved more into the occult of it. There's usually there, even when you have sort of a Lovecraft bad ending, right? That's just what's to be expected. There are no happy endings in Lovecraft.
Right.
Like you get a sense that your lead character has a fighting chance. You know what I mean? Like there's some sort of loophole or way that they can fight back. And I don't know that, aside from obviously killing the other character, there isn't really one of those things where it was like, okay, if we do this thing, we can maybe like, I can remove the curse or whatever the case may be. Like I can give the button to someone else, there's none of that sort of element. And so I think, like you said, it doesn't ruin the film, but it's a missed opportunity to delve more into the occult. Like the little things we see are really cool, and I would have liked more.
Yeah, definitely. In the chat, let's see. Casual Noob says HP stands for Hewlett packing that supple wiener.
Yes. To set the record straight, HP stands for Howard Phillip. And here,
Howard Finkel.
Here I am.
Look at you. Speaking of fucking Smolder.
Yeah.
Look at that Smolder. What happened to that? Yeah.
What's up, Johnny Bangs?
But it says here on his stone, Howard Phillip Lovecraft, August 20th, 1890 to March 15th, 1937. And on the bottom it says, I am Providence.
Yep. Look at that. Double entendre.
It's a fairly easy marker to find, but it is in Providence, Rhode Island.
Cool. We don't have any of that good stuff here. There is a well, that's not true. The cemetery near me has the Black Dahlia.
You could drive a little bit to Bruce Lee's grave. It's in Seattle?
There's also the Jonestown Massacre like a few blocks from my house.
Fun times.
Free Kool-Aid with every ticket sold.
Free Kool-Aid, yeah.
It's in the same graveyard as the Hell's Angel one, which has like the Hell's Angels on the front and then there are women behind them.
But
like they're on the bike.
When they did that massacre at Altamont.
Listen, I'm local. I'm not going to say anything about the Hells Angels. They're like blocks away from my house right now.
Yeah, I mean, with the HA, they're just motorcycle enthusiasts. That's my understanding, and that's fine.
Well, at least you have the Neon Maniacs under the Golden Gate Bridge.
It's true.
I'm not familiar with them. Wait, is this more lower of the show?
Sort of. It's the movie Neon Maniacs.
Oh, of course. We watched that together. Yes.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, they lived under the San Francisco, the Golden Gate. I'm looking up.
I literally watched that movie with you guys.
Like, that's all right.
With me?
I'm looking up famous graves in over out where you are, and so we have James Folger, the founder of Folger's Coffee.
I mean, like, there's like the Ghirardelli graves, but like, who's going to them and like with their cool spectacles and split top loaf hair? Like, nobody.
Yeah, this is actually, I don't even know most of these names. I'm like, who? Oh,
there's like Mac Dre. It's another one, famous rapper.
Let's see, Joe DiMaggio. It's cool.
I mean, I'm familiar, not, with him generally. He was married to Marilyn Monroe and did baseballs.
Wyatt Earp.
Okay, that's cool. I would think he would be in South Dakota.
I know, right?
With
Yeah, right?
all of the what is the name of that? Deadwood people.
Yeah. Jack London.
Okay.
Oh.
That's it. For the ones I recognize. So yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, not a lot.
No.
That's all like East Coast stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
All the cool people are buried in the East Lane. Yeah, like Poe. No, was Poe there? Yeah.
Yeah,
maybe?
he's there in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Yep.
You got the good ones.
I got to see a toast at his grave on his death day.
Shit.
Yeah, they have they do a big thing down here. They have like a whole there's a whole Poe fest and all that.
Cool.
So yeah,
that's cool.
Poe-palooza.
Poe-palooza. Yeah, we even went to. They have like a fucking black tie ball. We went to the Black Cat ball.
Oh, that's cool.
Down here one year. Yeah. So that was fun. But all right. Well, we should. I'm at a loss of. I don't even know how long we've been doing the show. Oh, we're coming up on 3 hours, so that's typically the runtime. So no, it's all of us. We have fun and we lose track of time. I don't care. I'm going to be up a little later tonight. So, but let's do the verdict on this because I feel like we're there. I feel like we can dive in and give our honest to goodness thoughts about this. So why don't we do that?
Trick or treat, baby.
I wonder if people would say you're a trick or a treat.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
All right, it is verdict time. We're going to let you know whether Suitable Flesh was a trick or a treat. Any final thoughts? Let's kick it off with Monster Zero.
Yeah, this was excellent. I'll be right up front. This was an excellent adaptation. Modernized very well for today's world. I thought the performances by everybody was fantastic, particularly Jude Lewis. I thought, he brought that double personality to exploding life. Everyone else did a great job too, but man, he really set the stage, man, and he was just excellent. The story was excellent. It's a great story. It's got a lot of originality. Some medium parts that I felt that were a bit that we've seen before, but for the most part, this is a very original story. It's good. It's seductive. It's sexy. It's got great tension. You don't know where it's going to go from time to time. And I get to scratch off my bucket list to see Barbara Crampton and Heather Graham going at it. So,
Jesus Christ.
Was that literally on your bucket list before?
I want to know what's in the bucket with next to that.
It's the titty bucket list.
Don't look in the bucket, Rachel.
Yeah, you don't want to look at that
bucket. The bucket looks into you.
Yeah, be careful, because if you look into the bucket, something in the bucket might be looking back at you.
Yeah, the bucket stares back, and it's not good.
I love that. I love that MZ has a titty bucket list.
2 of them.
But it's an excellent movie, and yeah, Crampton. I love Crampton.
Crampton made him cramp up.
Yeah. Yeah, Bruce Davison and Jonathan Sheck. Yeah, he was really good. We didn't get really to talk too much about him, but he was really good too. Especially the part where
he's fit too. Dude works out. Looks good.
Yeah, and the scenes with him with Heather Graham when things get hot and heavy. Good stuff, but the story is just fantastic, and it's handled really well. It's directed with a lot of care.
a lot of aplomb.
Pretty much, yeah. I was
a great word.
And I thought Heather Graham was just fantastic. It just, I hate to keep going back to the sexy part of the whole movie, but
well, it's a big part of it.
There's so much. It's a big part of it, but there's so much more to it than just that. Probably her sexiest role yet, I would have to say.
Wow.
She was just great. Bruce Davison, everybody was just fantastic. The gore was there, the story was there, pacing was there, editing was fantastic. I do feel, though, I think they milked the falling from the buildings a little bit too much, maybe. Outside of that, and outside of the other things that we talked about that I'm going to critique, this is just a fantastic movie, and probably the best adaptation since Reanimator. This is a very good movie. This is a very big treat for me.
Wow. All right. There you go. Raven Shadow, how about you?
No, I mean, I think I've said it before. I'll say it again. On one hand, this is kind of a Skinamax After Dark erotic thriller, but with a really top-notch cast that elevated the material. And I thought the performances by the key four casts, from Supple Wiener to Jonah Hex to Roller Girl and Barbara Crampton, were
He's never
killer.
seen her in a movie, so he just uses her name.
Yeah, no. From Swingers to fucking Can't Hardly Drive, whatever the fuck it was.
Barbara Crampton, you idiot. You gave a role for everybody but Barbara Crampton because you don't know any roles she's had.
She was in the VHS movie we watched.
Yeah, so what do you call her? Go ahead.
Just say Megan Halsey.
Megan Halsey.
There you go.
She was good in that.
She was good in that.
From the Megan Hall movie.
What is the antithesis of aplomb?
A bomb.
Raven Shadow is reviewing with a bomb.
Yeah, Captain was a bomb in Phantoms, yo. Fucking.
Oh, God.
But that's fun. I even like the two fucking orderlies and the
the orderly,
security guy.
one of the orderlies was the director.
Yeah.
The big mustache.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a director brother right there. He grew a big mustache. Yeah, that's he totally brothered it up in that scene.
What does it mean to brother up?
Yeah, you just know.
No, that's why we're asking.
You just gotta know when you just brother it up. Gimmick.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, brother.
Yeah, being a directorial brother.
Brother it up.
Yeah.
Is this like Smurf, where you just like use the word brother?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Ask Mary, and she was like, "I don't know what the fuck you're talking about."
Where's Ollie?
He's fucking. This is the sound of his voice.
Ollie is his translator. That's why he keeps trying.
Yeah.
He's like, say it like this. Say it like this. Say it like this, you idiot.
This is what Daddy means, and he sounds smart when you guys aren't listening. Overall, I would say this is a tepid treat, but I did enjoy it. And Heather Graham is in Fuego, and put her in more movies because
she's been in a lot. We just haven't seen them.
She'd be in more. And Ollie agrees.
Ollie says what my father is trying to say is he had to pause the movie 6 times on the Heather Graham sex scenes.
Yeah, no, I looked.
It took him 43 hours to get through this movie. That's what he's trying to say.
But the overhead shot was nice.
Which one? What? Oh, I think I know you're
With
okay.
the blade and the short pants
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
fucking the
You would have anxiety. You would be like, I just bought these undies.
I would. Like,
Yeah.
don't cut me, bro. I'd be like,
Don't cut my
I'd be
undies.
like,
Don't cut my undies, bro.
don't cut my undies, bro. Christmas is still fucking a month out before I get some new ones.
Do you still get undies for fucking Christmas?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Tiny whiteys.
No. I do box of briefs, bro. I'm a grown man, but I've never bought them. I just wait till Christmas.
Does Santa bring it for you?
Yeah, the Santas brings them to me.
The Santas?
No. He's a douche. No. But yeah, no. Santa brings my undies.
You're gonna comfort Saint Nick like that?
Yeah. I wouldn't even know
Someone's
where
on
to
the
find
naughty
underpants
list
in the store.
now.
I don't even know where to buy them. There's too many aisles. I just wait till Christmas. But yeah.
Too many aisles. Oh,
Treat.
God. Casual Noob says Raven Shadow is reviewing with a bombaleo.
Oh my God. I swear to God, you have the funniest listener. They're hilarious.
Oh, man. So you good?
Am I good? No, I'm not good. But I'm done.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear someone actually do it with aplomb. Let's hear Rachel's.
How do you follow that?
Verdict.
I mean, like,
You follow it with intelligence. Yeah.
I mean, I've said it all. This is a movie that I think I think there's a risk of people dismissing it because I think that on a surface level, it does play like a B movie. Mm-hmm. But for horror fans like us that have like deep horror knowledge, it actually speaks to a very particular time in our horror fandom, a very particular corner of horror that is near and dear to our hearts. And to me, it is proof that that subgenre is not dead. And it can continue, movies in that genre can continue to be made, and they can be brought into a modern time without any sort of like loss of the charm and the enjoyment and the camp and the transgression that you found there. There is a way that you can modernize it. You can speak to sort of contemporary ideas. You can speak to the ways that, you know, we are moving as a culture while still holding on to the, you know, sophomoric joys of that era and of that genre. Yeah, I really enjoyed this movie far more than I expected to. And I loved that it not only starred Barbara Crampton and Heather Graham, but it gave them something really interesting to do. And I feel like getting to see women of a certain age be beautiful, sexual, desirable, complicated, villainous, all of those kinds of things are things that I want to see more of. And that is really exciting to me. So yeah, I would give this 4 out of 5 supple wieners. Treat.
I'd see now you've made it difficult for me to follow that up.
Oh no.
So
it's like it follows but different.
Yeah. There's a sequel coming out for that, Raven Shadow.
Oh shit, it follows again?
Oh, yes. Isn't it like They Follow?
I think so, yeah.
Still following.
Still. All right, so for me, I did enjoy this. This is a treat, and I do echo a lot of what Rachel was saying about this has all the hallmarks of a sleazy, 90s horror flick, but it's like wearing glasses. And that's not a vision shaming. What I mean is it's intelligent beneath its gaze, and not the kind of glasses that Raven Shadow's wearing, more like what Rachel's wearing, I think. Yeah.
Benicio del Toro.
But maybe we could let's see. We need to coin would IntelliSleaze, is that a thing? IntelliSleaze? Like
I like that. IntelliSleaze.
Is that a genre now or something?
It is now.
Thusly dubbed.
So, I think it does that really well, where it does feel like a kind of a sleazy 90s direct-to-video film, but it has the production value of, a modern-day film. It has a great cast, great stars that in roles, well, I'm mostly specifically talking about Heather Graham in roles that you wouldn't expect to see them in. And I know we use this term fairly often, but she was a tour de force in this. She had to also play multiple roles. And I thought she was great. Totally agree.
She had
Judah
to carry this picture.
Yeah. I mean, she did.
On
Yeah.
her back.
Yeah. Absolutely.
On her back.
Yeah, and she did. And Judah Lewis was also. I agree with you guys. Was great. Barbara really got to stretch her legs a little bit in this. I feel like in a lot of the movies that she's in, she is just hired for her name and has like a cameo or something like that. But I was really glad to see her kind of be able to stretch her acting abilities a bit more in this, and we saw that, especially in the end. We got to see more of her. So I really dug this, and I think that it's a great Lovecraft adaptation, and it fits with Color Out of Space was really good as well. Fits with that. It fits with some of the other really well made Lovecraft pieces. So yeah, I think people are going to really dig this, and it's I guess if we're coining a phrase, IntelliSleaze, it's an intelligent, sleazy horror movie. And on the surface, like Rachel said, you could just watch it, and if you're not really paying attention, it's just going to come off as that. It's gory, it's bloody, there's titillation. But if you're paying attention, you'll see what's going on. There's definitely more going on, just underneath the surface. And I think it works both ways. And yeah, I enjoyed this. I thought it was really good. So there you have it. All positive, all relatively positive. So you guys should check out the film. It had Shudder in the credits, but I think it's straight to VOD first. And I think it's going to be on Shudder at a later time. So
it's going to make its way there.
Yeah. So if you can't wait, it's funny when we sort of settled on this. Rachel said, "Oh, this would be a perfect movie for Thanksgiving week," and it kind of is. Yeah. So hey, if you're looking for something to watch after the tryptophan setting in or whatever you're eating, this one will probably keep you awake. So check out Suitable Flesh. It is available on VOD, and if you want to wait a little bit, then it'll appear on Shudder sooner or later for sure. So there you have it. Our thoughts on Suitable Flesh. Now, next week, we have a Patreon takeover, as I mentioned. We'll be joined by Evil Corny joining us for his Patreon takeover. And the films, I got to wait for MZ to come back before I talk about the films.
I know you wouldn't tell me at the beginning of the show. I've been dying to know what they are.
Well, I'll tell you this, since he's not here yet, MZ's probably going to hate one of them, or at least be reluctant. He may not hate the movie.
I think when he gets grumpy, it's going to be fun.
But see, the thing is, like sometimes I feel like he has a preconceived notion about a thing, and I could see him having a preconceived notion.
So is this pretty like up its own butt? Is that
No.
the thing? Oh.
No, it's James. It's a James Gunn movie.
Oh.
But the thing is, MZ likes James Gunn, or he likes his early stuff.
Is it the kid Superman-y movie?
No,
that's James Gunn. Is it Slither?
James Gunn produced that kid Superman movie.
I liked that movie. I know it did not get the best reviews, but I thought that was awesome. Actually,
was his brother?
Yeah, I think it was brothers. So yeah, well, I'll tell him. I guess I'll tell him when he gets back. But we're going to be doing the film The Killer, which just popped up on Netflix.
Oh, okay. Little Fincher.
Also,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
also based on a comic book.
Right. Yep.
Oh, didn't know that.
Based on graphic novel. Is it the same name? Yeah, the graphic novel The Killer, written by Alexis Nolent, illustrated by Luc Jacquemont. And this has been a passion. It's been a passion project. This has been a passion project for nearly 20 years of David Fincher's. So I know you're.
I wish his passion project was the third season of that Netflix series.
Bring a little passion this way, motherfucker.
I watched 2 seasons of BTK, like fucking around. Why? I need resolution. Sorry, this is my bitterness coming out.
Was that Mind?
Yes, Mindhunter.
Mindhunter.
Yes.
Yeah, I know MZ really liked that series too.
Yeah, if only he was here.
I know. So it stars Michael Fassbender, Tilda Swinton, Charles Parnell, Arliss Howard. Let's see. A few other people. Those are the ones that really stick out. Okay.
Feed 8 cats.
So, MZ, I was just about to announce the second movie, which you'll be very interested to hear. The first one we're doing is David Fincher's The Killer. It's on Netflix. It's his latest film. And you missed it. Rachel was just talking about Mindhunter, and she wants a third season of Mindhunter instead of this. But
Very
I knew.
sore about that. Yeah.
So do I.
And the second film we'll be doing from director James Gunn. You ready for this, MZ? The Suicide Squad.
Yeah, boy.
From 2021. Okay. So DC Comics characters. We'll be doing the Suicide Squad from James Gunn. Stars Margot Robbie, Idris Elba, John Cena, Joel Kinnaman, Michael Rooker, Viola Davis, Nathan Fillion, John Ostrander. Wait, John Ostrander? Is that the John Ostrander? Yeah, it was, I think.
No, John Ostrander wrote the 80s Suicide Squad in the books.
Yeah, but he plays someone in that.
Really?
Yeah. Jai Courtney. Let's see, Sean Gunn. Go on and on. Like Stephen Agee. And this was the precursor to the fucking awesome Peacemaker series.
I was gonna say, please tell me you guys watch Peacemaker because that was
I'm trying to get MZ to enjoy it.
I mean, the thing is, the Suicide Squad is not going to sell you on it because he's like the least interesting character. I was like, really, of all of them, he gets a spinoff? I was wrong. It is so good. I will periodically go and watch the opening.
Oh yeah,
like with the dance number, just for shits and gigs. Like it is.
Yeah. And you never skip that.
No,
it gives you the option, but like I don't know if anyone has ever skipped it.
Why would you? Like, do you not enjoy serotonin? Like,
yeah,
that's the only way I can get it, Rachel.
Right?
Serotonin.
I've tried other things and I can't get it. And
you just have to watch
Peacemaker opening. Yeah.
As a huge comic fan, the fact there's a fucking Peacemaker TV, even the fact that Peacemaker is in anything, like really, the guy with a fucking helmet, like really, okay, it's absurd, but it's so good.
And I gotta say, I love Freddie Stroma as Vigilante.
Yes.
Holy shit, he is so
that
good.
Prison scene is like it's like ASMR. Like you want to talk about serotonin?
Yeah.
He is fucking awesome. So MZ, if you like Suicide Squad,
watch it again.
If you like this movie, and even if you don't, I think Peacemaker might be
This is the best
thing
that James Gunn's done. It's the best thing he's done.
Peacemaker,
which is saying a lot. Yeah, which is saying a lot.
So we'll be doing those two: The Killer and the Suicide Squad from James Gunn from 2021. So, what do you think, MZ? Knowing James Gunn, you're watching a James Gunn superhero movie. What are your thoughts?
Look, I like James Gunn. Okay, he's a Trauma original.
He is,
and I thought his Scooby-Doo movies were far better than they have any right to be. But as far as a superhero movie goes,
Well, we'll see. You have to watch it.
but
So
it's on the dock.
You didn't
on the
like
docket, so I have
Super?
to watch it.
Wasn't that the one with the?
Super Rain Wilson.
Yeah, no, Super was
Super's fucking funny. Yeah.
Super was dark as fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
I mean, I think that's why I liked it.
But it was like dark as F, as they say. Like,
Dark ass fuck.
Dark as fuck.
All right, so
It was dark. Like, yeah. James Gunn. Brother rating out of 10.
Brother rating out of 10.
Now I get it. Now I understand. Thank you. I just
So, yeah.
needed that like Rosetta
Context,
Stone,
yeah.
and now I speak your language.
Oh God. Imagine if that was the new
$100.
Yeah, that's the next Rosetta Stone language. Bombaleo.
Yeah.
So Evil Corny says hashtag film intervention. That's why he picked Suicide Squad.
Okay.
You know what's funny is he could have picked fucking Sky Captain. He keeps telling me I got to see fucking Sky Captain, or all these other movies. And but he interceded and made MZ choose a movie, or made MZ watch a movie that he hasn't watched. So, all right, we got to get some voice messages and then wrap up. I realize it's midnight over here, anyways. Midnight 15. I hope you ate.
Midnight 15 sounds good album title.
I hope you ate dinner, Rachel.
I did not.
Oh God damn it! And you're drinking. And who's the responsible one now?
I think it's all like.
He had dinner. That's fair.
I didn't have dinner actually. I was at the mall, the fucking mall today, and I got
Jesus.
Auntie Annie, is that the name of it? Auntie Anne's?
Ooh.
Oh, little pretzels?
Oh, pretzels.
Or pretzels,
yeah.
yeah.
Little pretzels.
Yeah.
We were
Vegan
starving.
pretzel for your face.
Well, I mean, pretzels are vegan.
I'm not sure what's in pretzels.
It's like flour and water, salt, yeast. Wait, is yeast vegan?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. It's a living
Who knows, Rachel?
thing. There's a really good pretzel place near where I live where they like stuff the bottom with delicious things.
Mm-hmm. Ravenchild loves, yeah, he loves stuffed bottoms. Stuffed
I
bottoms.
do. I like
stuffed
being
bottoms.
stuffed in things.
Talk about big meals. My girl's got them.
So
All right.
right now.
Let's.
Me too. Me
Yeah,
too.
all of us. All right, so I got
I'm actually having a vegetarian meal tonight, so I'm
Oh.
almost on your level tonight. We'll see.
Oh man! All right, so we got 2 voice messages as of now. Oh, you know what? We also have a video.
Oh shit!
Video review. So I'll play. First of all, I'll play one of these voice messages, and let's check in with our boy Corlitos.
Carlitos, how you guys doing?
Doing good, man.
Esos Richelitas.
Richelitas.
How are you doing?
Better
so
now.
I wanted to call and wish you guys a happy Thanksgiving. Just be thankful for those who are still with you and those who you love and those who took care of you, and be thankful for Trick or Treat Radio.
Aw, thanks,
man. Well, since Rachel's there, Zombie Girls too.
Aw, I love him.
That's it. I will say that I am kind of kicking myself for not calling in and asking a Corando question, because I still was kind of curious what he thought of the movie Lady Terminator.
Oh yeah.
Because, I mean, maybe the answer is obvious because it is kind of his bag and kind of the type of movies that he makes. But, it's always nice to see what a film director is into, what kind of films he likes, if he likes these type of movies. I mean, I'm sure because he's making these type of movies, but yeah, kind of like a little shame for me for there. But I do plan on checking out Lion Girl this weekend.
Nice.
Crazy ass Japanese films are definitely my bag, and that's why, especially after listening to your guys' both review and hearing you guys chit chatting with Corando about that. So yeah, definitely checking that out this weekend. No other movies recently that I've watched other than When Evil Lurks. That was a great movie. Yeah, it was excellent. Not too much. I mean, can't really say much more than what's already been said about it. But okay, so the part that everybody's talking about. So
yeah.
How am I going to say this without trying to spoil anything? I'll just say that Asia was that age at one time.
Oh, yeah.
I still enjoyed it. So, big treat for me. And yeah, that's it, man. Suitable Flesh. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of people checking this out. I guess I could easily watch that too. So I'll probably be checking it out this weekend. Got a bit of an extended weekend.
Nice.
Of
Enjoy
course,
it.
with the holidays and everything. And yeah, I don't have any old trick or treat stories to share with Rachel except for one. But I'm a bit leery to bring it up, other than, okay, it involves a former co-host and a pair of shoes. So I'll let you guys and the person involved with that story bring that up, if that's something you guys want to share with her. But anyway, that's it, guys. You guys have a good one. Have a good holiday. Stay safe. Eat lots of turkey. Oh, sorry, Jesse. You're vegan. Tofurkey. Yeah. Hey, you know what? I'd try that. Why not? I'm not vegan, but I'd try vegan stuff. Why not? So, Anyway. Oh, the dog's begging to get walked right now. So, I guess I'll see myself out. Later, guys.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
He's so funny.
Where's Carlitos on the brother level?
Oh, brother rating out of 10.
Would you call him a supple brother?
It's definitely a supple West Coast brother.
No, but seriously, like, you guys, I was not kidding when I say the lore is so deep on this pod. Like, again, something with shoes. I'm sure it's insanity. Like, that sounds so benign. Like, a co-host had shoes. What? That's wild. That's crazy.
Oh,
but
God.
when you tell me what it means, it's going to be insane.
Should we even say?
I'm not even sure which story it was.
Air Sharkies.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know how to tell the story without like blushing.
Do you want to just give me the episode number and I'll go
I
hear
don't
it
even know. I don't
live?
know. I don't know where it was. Let's just say
involves ejaculation.
A former member of the show used to
Into their Air Sharkies?
into a shoe, and apparently his the person he was seeing at the time threw them on to go check the mail or get something out of the car.
Oh no.
That's all. That's it. Air Sharkies. I think they were like
She got slimed?
I would imagine so. I don't remember if it was fresh or not, but they were like knockoff Jordans. I think that's what they were called, Air Sharkies. So there you go.
Air Sharkies.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know if that's my headphones dying. I'll be right back.
Okay. Oh man. So all right. Well, we got another voice message. Let me pull it up here. All right. You know what? Maybe I'll hold on for Rachel to come back because there might be something for her in it. So I'll hold off. So just just for point of clarity, next week we'll be back on Thursday. So, obviously just because of the holiday, I don't know if I'll have to check if like Christmas, what days it fall? Christmas falls on a Monday. So I think we're probably good there. Okay.
Yep.
And then,
Back.
yeah. Okay, cool. We're just killing time because the next voice message may have something for you. I'm not sure. So wanted to make sure you could hear. And let's check in now with Evil Corny, the man who will be joining us next week.
Hey guys, what's up, Rachel? I'm gonna give this week's film, Suitable Flesh, a tepid treat. I thought Hell of the Gram was really good in it, but I just thought the rest of the film was a little bit of blah. It was somewhat paint by numbers. I was kind of annoyed with her and the old man and the young dude in the house. That scene really annoyed me. But like I said, it's just blah. So tepid treat. Last week's film, Where the Devil Roams, I really enjoyed. I can't wait to see what the Addams Family does next. I think it's real interesting how, or really I like how they're able to make films like they do, just out roaming around and making a film as a family and everything. I think that's real cool. But I can't wait to see what they do next. And I'm giving Where the Devil Roams a treat. Also, a couple weeks ago, I got my physical copy of Lion Girl, and I'm giving that film a treat. Last week, I had some stuff going on, so I pretty much fell asleep before Corando did his interview. I did listen to the podcast last weekend, and I just hate that I missed it live. But I really enjoyed not Gun Women, Lion Girl, and I can't wait to see what Corando does next. Hopefully, at some point, he's given a bigger budget film, and one day it'll be nice to see him being mainstream, and mainstream director, and he's coming on the show every now and then. That would be cool. Yeah. Hope everybody has a good Thanksgiving this weekend, and everybody's safe. And I guess I'll be on this show next week.
Hell yeah.
Because for my Patreon takeover, I guess. Y'all have a good one. Evil Courtney out.
So can I be unbearable and plug something?
Please do, yeah.
Of course.
So if you love the Addams Family films, we interviewed them and it was awesome on More Deadly.
Yeah.
I would highly recommend, if you like their films, to go and listen to that episode, because you can hear a lot about their creative process. And what I love so much about their films is, like, it doesn't have a voice, it has a harmony, because it's such a collaboration between the whole family. And that's why it's so unique and unexpected. The decisions that are made is because it is all of these voices that they've like found a way to, like I said, harmonize. But yeah, definitely listen to them. They're so charming, such interesting people. They told us about this film at that time, and we've been, counting down the days till it's released. So check out that episode. It's a very good episode, not because of us, but because of them.
Yeah, I remember
having heard the episode. It is because of you guys, you folks, and them. So it's a tag team effort. So yes.
Well, thank you. That's very kind. But yeah, huge fan of all of their films. Obsessed with them.
Yeah, I have to dig deeper and go see the deeper you dig. That's one I remember you talking about on the show before we did Hellbender, I think. So
yes. Yep.
Yeah, I'd like to check
all
that
began.
one out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the first one as we found out last week, the first one where Zelda was involved creatively, which from what I can tell and what I've read, it seems like that's when things took a bit of a turn, not for the not for the better or whatever, just got different, but I think we also talked about her. I think we all think she's going to be a big star one day. Like, yeah.
And what an interesting person that they're raising such interesting children by like doing these creative endeavors together. It's just so cool. We were joking. We're like, how do we get adopted into this family?
Yeah, no shit. I want to be an Adams. Yeah, that's awesome. All right. We got one more, and this is a voice. Not a voice, a video. We are going to hear from Casual Noob Cybot, and I think he's got a little bit of a review of Suitable Flesh. So, without further delay, let's hear from the man. Let's see the man, and let's hear from him.
We truly are living in the future.
Okay, everyone. I just watched Suitable Flesh. This movie looked like it was filmed with top production, and the plot hasn't been done too often. Heather Graham and Barbara Crampton had great on-screen chemistry as friends and colleagues in this movie. And the book used by the villain in the movie reminded me of the Necronomicon from the Evil Dead series.
Yeah.
But with a Cthulhu style, which looked really cool. I would say this movie was less of a gore fest and more of a supernatural thriller. I like how the explanation for what was happening with the characters and monster in the movie was explained with medical expertise, although right away you find out that they are barking up the wrong tree. The movie could have used more gore and horror for my taste. However, best of all, this movie answers the age-old question of, is grabbing a girl by the pussy a move that will work? Thank you, Joe Lynch, for answering this burning question of ours.
You could have just
Overall,
asked
I
me.
would give this movie a tepid treat. It
never
had star
no.
power
It's
and
never-
a plot
yeah.
not normally visited.
Never yes, rather.
But
Yeah,
the gore and scares were not there for me. So this is Casual Noob Cybot signing out. Later.
Let me push our video live. Holy shit. What? Well, thank you, Casual Noob Cybot. It's always good to hear from you. And looks like we got a little different look going on, Casual Noob.
Yeah.
A little shave going on, a little party in the back going on.
Like that.
Yeah. So, and yes, the answer is always no to that question. Always no. Unless they ask you to. You know, that's the only way it's acceptable.
Like it's not a handshake.
No.
Don't open.
No. Don't open with that.
Don't open with.
You don't want to firm, grab them by the,
Right.
Like I'm very sex positive. Like I am pretty non-prudish.
Mm-hmm.
Leave the moms alone.
Consent is your friend and everyone's.
Consent.
But I actually
age-old
thought
question has been answered.
Yes.
No.
Yes. I also thought that that was a pretty fucking good. He hit all the points. Boom, 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 boom. I liked it.
Yeah.
I like it, Casual Noob. Nice job, man.
Yeah.
All right, so let me just double check. I think we're done with the email. I think some people are either getting some extra rest in preparation for tomorrow. So I think a lot of people have peaced out. But yes, I think we're good. We got all the voice messages. I had to look through all my fucking Black Friday emails just to make sure. This is so like literally some of the companies like 4 fucking emails today. Like, don't forget, blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
Black Friday.
Yeah. All right.
Megadeth.
I know, Raven Shadow. Mega Dave.
Mega Dave.
All right, so that's it. That's it for the voice messages. We're done. MZ is he didn't turn into a pumpkin. Contrary to popular belief, he doesn't turn into a pumpkin after midnight. He is fucking beat, though. I can see it. Look at his face.
Yeah, I'm getting close.
Yeah, there's a slight cast of gourd about you.
Yeah.
Put your face on the scale.
You're gourd adjacent. Yeah.
Weigh your eyelids. Go put them on the scale.
Weigh
Yeah,
yourself.
slap them on the glass.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
All right, so yes, we should probably wrap up as much fun as we have had and could still have. But, you know, there always needs to be a goodbye so that
People want more.
the hello is always better the next time. So, yes, let's say goodbye. So, Rachel, as always absolute pleasure to hang with you. And you bring so much fun, enjoyment, and intelligence to this show. So we appreciate that. We appreciate you. And I can't wait for the fucking Krampusnacht party. Party for the naughty. Party for the naughty part 2. It's going to be fucking awesome. So everyone get your pencils or pens ready, because when we have that date, you're going to put that in your calendar. And yeah, it's going to be awesome. So cannot wait. Rachel, please tell folks where they can find you, the Zombie Girls, and all that.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me back and putting up with all of my nonsense. It is always such a joy and a delight when I get invited on the show. I hope to come and say intelligent things. There will also be some, absurd, inappropriate things. Sorry. But I absolutely adore all of you, and thank you so much for bringing me back. If you want more of this, and who wouldn't? Am I right? You can find me on all of your podcast platforms. You can find the Zombie Girls. If you want to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, or Threads, we're at ZG Podcasts. So smash that like button, or whatever the kids are saying on the internet.
There you go. So go check it out. And if you guys like what you hear, consider supporting the Patreon as well. Ours and then theirs. Or theirs and then ours, whatever. So, yeah. Oh, Corny says, y'all have a good Thanksgiving. Thanks for coming on the show, Rachel.
Thankful for you, Corny. Thankful for you. Such a delight here. Such a delight on the Discord. Adore Courtney.
All right, so let's say goodbye. MZ, and then say goodbye to Rachel as well. So goodbye to the folks and to Rachel. You're muted.
That's you.
That's on you.
You're Monster Zero.
Oh, arrivederci, douchebags. See you next week. And Rachel, always good to see you again. And already looking forward to our next encounter.
All right, Raven Shadow.
Rachel, thank you so much for elevating our nonsense. I'm a big mark for everything you do. Most recently, listened to the Cast of Ka podcast, and I appreciate the rub you gave us. So thank you at the end of that. Putting us over.
Yeah,
was that
that's right.
Was that an
It's a wrestling term. It's a wrestling term.
Was that
Wolfie,
an unsolicited rub?
Yeah, no, it's a wrestling term. You put us over in the comments, and that's very exciting. But no, if you like mediocrity, you will like
Cast of Ka.
Wow.
Wow. You like Cast of Ka. I want to be the gunslinger. People I know love that. I don't know it, but you know what? I like a chapter at a time. That helps me out because I got fucking problems. So, but with that said, for this time and for next time, live fast, love hard, die with your mask on.
Oh man!
Oh, happy chicken, everybody!
Happy chicken, yes, happy chicken.
Happy Thanksgiving.
That's another lore, deep lore
totally
cut,
lore.
Deep lore cut. Yeah, happy chicken. Actually, a lot of people on the podcast probably wouldn't even know that, but
that's true.
That's beside the point. All right, that is going to do it. So, everybody, I don't know, just be thankful for something. I know we've done that actually in the past, but go ahead, Raven Shadow. Go ahead.
Well, I'm thankful for things.
Okay, great. Raven Shadow is thankful for things. So everyone,
no, I'm thankful for my parents. I'm thankful for my dog Oliver. I'm thankful for Marion. I'm thankful for my friends, everybody here. I'm thankful for the show. I'm thankful for the Patreon listeners and my house and shit. So yeah, thank you.
Do you have any more? You want to keep going? I'm sure if I ask MZ, he's not going to want to say anything, right?
Heather Graham. I'm thankful for her. Barbara Crampton.
So yeah, all right. Well, there you go. Raven Shaw said enough for all of us. So that's when they start playing the music on the fucking speech. Thank you speech.
The
Yeah.
hook.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so that is going to do it. As always, big thank you to Rachel. We love hanging out with her, and we will do so again and some of the other zombie girls with the Krampusnacht Party Part 2, Party for the Naughty. Be coming up in December. We'll give you a date as soon as we have it nailed down. Should be fun. It'll be a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, most likely. Probably, well, yeah, could be any of those three. So be on the weekend, and keep an eye out for that. Other than that, that is going to do it. So next week, Patreon Takeover. We'll be joined by Evil Corny. We'll be talking about The Killer and the Suicide Squad from James Gunn. Give them a view. And by the way, The Killer's on Netflix. I don't know. I assume Suicide Squad is on HBO. So you can check them out streaming and come back, hang out with us next week. I hope everyone has a good, safe holiday. And just whatever you do, don't fucking leave the house on Black Friday. All right? Just don't do it. Stay home. Have fun. Eat some leftovers. Listen to Megadeth. Listen to Mega Dave. It's cool.
Yeah.
Listen to Zombie Girls. Listen to Trick or Treat Radio. Have fun. And don't die, like Raven Shadow says. All right. And close your butthole.
For God's sake, close your butthole.
All right. See you guys. See you next week.